What is going on, everybody? How are you all doing today? Unfortunately, my hex light is not working, so things are a little bit darker right now than what I expected. I might be able to actually find it. I might be able to. Oh, it got unplugged. We did it. A second. Hiding. All right. All right. Hi. We're back. Hope you guys missed me. All right. We have a lot of people hanging out already. So what is going on? Let me see if this works. Alexa, turn on hex light. Damn it. Okay. Well, we tried. We failed. All right. It's going to be a little bit darker today. Apologies for that. But how are you guys doing today? Hope you guys are having a really, really good Wednesday. We have a lot of stuff going on again. All of it right before we went live, which is amazing because it gives us a lot to talk about. We can just dissect everything that comes out. So more bowling news on Wednesdays, I guess. Sweet. I am going to be going live quick on TikTok for you guys. So let me get that going. USBC urethane poll results. Boom. And go live button. So what is going on? We have a lot to talk about today. We have, again, a lot to talk about. Last week, we talked about a potential urethane ban. USBC coming out and saying, hey, these are the problems we have with urethane. Vote in this poll. Well, today, about like 2-ish hours ago, maybe 3 hours ago, they actually posted the results, the full results, and it's literal full transparency. I want to give huge props to USBC on that front of giving everything and anything you could imagine. I'm a data nerd. I graduated with degrees in math and computer science. I have a lot of background in surveys and measuring survey results. USBC did a really good job. They covered a lot of their bases here. Were they perfect? No. They were, though, very, very, very good. I want to give them huge props. They made sure to block it so that people couldn't vote multiple times. They did a good job, but we're going to talk about that. We are going to talk about anything else that's going on in the bowling world right now. We didn't have any ball announcements. We have a couple balls coming out in a couple of weeks. But otherwise, we do a full Q&A here on the channel, so please ask us anything and everything bowling related. We will try to hit as many comments as we can tonight. We are live on a ton of different platforms. We're live on Twitch. We're live on Facebook. We're live on YouTube. We're live on TikTok. We're probably live on cable in some weird tiny channel somewhere that someone's streaming us from. We're live everywhere right now. So I want to thank everybody who's been coming to the live streams and showing support. We're already at 100 people hanging out. Huge hello and thank you to everybody who's hanging already. But let's get into a couple of the comments that are coming in. Delivery to Joe with the Urethanos will snap your balls away. Who also added an Ion Pro Solid and a bubblegum vibe to your arsenal. If my rating isn't done yet, my pro shop loves me, my wife hates me, it's a good life. Yeah, that might happen. Ion Pro Solid, amazing ball right now. Bubblegum vibe looks really good too, so that's awesome. Duncan Kessler, is there any way that you can replace the rubber grip on a Vice 3-ball tote? I have a custom one for my college team. Yeah, absolutely. I actually talked to our local, almost like local print shop, and they were actually able to fix a few of mine. Tyler Dropman, let's just hope urethane isn't banned. Hopes, I shouldn't say hopes. Future, what would it be? Prediction? My predictions would be, my thoughts are that there's going to be some kind of ban. We don't know what, but based on the poll results, it's pretty likely USBC probably won't go against the majority who want a change in urethane. So we're going to talk about that in just a second. All of those USBC results of their poll. They're very, very interesting. Gabriel, it's still doing it. Oh, man. TikTok posted a brand new feature where it censors me. TikTok, let's see, live stream, bleeping out. Yeah, what do we do here? I will have to find that. Okay, well, hopefully that gets shut off pretty quick over there. Well, I'm sorry, TikTok. Hopefully that doesn't happen too much, but let's keep going. Let's see. Tyler, we hit. Andy Reed, what is going on? Andy, urethane is just fine as long as nobody on my team is using it. Matthew, I shot 257 with your identity. Hey, congratulations, Matthew. That is awesome to hear. Congrats. Billy Ball 1 comment of the day already, by the way. As I was on the stream starting page, he said, bowlers, your lanes are coming on for practice. Good luck and good scoring. Matthew, Simo had the best take. Simo's been killing it on Facebook lately. He's been posting a lot of really good comments. Hey, James D, what's going on? You're late? No, you're never late. You're never late. Insert a Gandalf quote here of a wizard is never late. No, it's never late nor early. I got to rewatch those. Big B, what is going on? Ricky, already liked the live stream and hasn't started yet. Hey, thank you, Ricky. How would the UC2 compare to the Gremlin? Nearly identical. The Gremlin is a little bit stronger overall. That's really about it. That is really about it there. Will, what is going on? Christian, not you, not Urethane. Matthew, I think too many of the younger bowlers don't have touch. Oh, yeah, they don't have touch and can't bowl straight thing. Yeah, that was Simo's big quote, was that younger bowlers don't have touch anymore, which was it wasn't really hit with a lot of backlash. Now, a lot of the pros don't get hit with as much backlash as others do with their comments, but no, he's had some really good takes. If you don't check out Simo on Facebook, definitely a good idea to go check him out. He had some good points. But let us keep going. Let us talk about what we have going today. So let's talk about the news. USBC posted the poll results for their urethane potential ban. Now, I have them pulled up. Like I said at the beginning, I do have a background in this kind of stuff, mathematics, computer science, surveys specifically. I actually, for a little bit of background, what I did at my old college was I was the guy who received a bunch of survey results from students who applied to my college, but did not say yes in admitting to the college. So what happened there is our school would send them a poll, a giant like 30 question poll. What I would do is take all those results and try to make try to find takeaways from it. So do people not like the programs we offer? Do they not like one of the things we push? One of the things was my college really liked their nature. They had a massive arboretum and they loved the nature around the place. But the poll results showed that students don't care about that. Majority of students did not care about the nature at all. It was one of their least lowest things on when choosing a college. So that's what I did. So looking at the USBC's results, let's go through it quick. Looking at their answers. So they had 5 answers you could choose in this poll, right? And they actually both sent this poll out to anybody that bowled different kinds of PBA competitions, which we're going to get into, and overall to the general public was able to answer. Looking at the numbers, 17.6% of people want to allow urethane, but with tighter specifications. So they want to get rid of the really soft urethanes. I have a story about really soft urethanes because I bought a cheap durometer on Amazon, not really for hardcore numbers, just for the giggles. So I have some results from my purple hammer. It's soft, by the way, very soft, especially compared to my reactive stuff. Wow. But they said 36.6% of people want to ban all urethane from all USBC competition. 3% of people want to ban urethane from USBC national tournaments. This was Open Championships. This is Junior Gold, USBC Masters, US Open. I'm missing 1 or 2 in there. 38.67% of people wanted to continue allowing urethane with no changes. They wanted no changes in the landscape. 4% of people did not care. They said, this doesn't affect me. I don't care. So that always happens. That's in every survey. You just kind of throw out those people because they didn't make any distinction one way or another. And then USBC actually posted the results on every single place they posted it. Facebook, which is interesting. More people on Facebook did not want it banned. Instagram, more people on Instagram did not want it banned. Open Championships, overall, more people wanted it fully banned that bowled the Open Championships compared to people that that wanted to allow it. Women's Championship, more women wanted urethanes completely banned compared to not. Youth and Collegiate, more bowlers wanted to allow it than not. PWBA, more PWBA bowlers wanted it banned than not, 37.5% to 33.93%. PBA is wild. PBA is interesting. 36% of bowlers wanted urethane allowed with tighter specifications. 33% wanted to ban it from USBC certified events completely. 27% wanted to allow it. PBA bowlers want tighter specs, which is good. I think it kind of shows because the purple hammer reigned supreme for 4 years on tour. So that fits. Seniors voted also. That one was pretty similar to what the main overall numbers are. So TLDR of this is They did this full survey, right? Did a full survey, 20,000 people. So thank you everybody who ended up voting, making your voice heard. That is exactly how we should get things done over here in the bowling world. Awesome to see. Facebook had a majority of results because unfortunately they posted it on Facebook before the emails got sent out. I think it would have been interesting to see this if the emails got sent out and then it got posted on Facebook. I think that could be really cool to see the differences, because I think a lot of Facebook people fell into a lot of the other camps. Definitely not the PBA one, or PWBA one, I think. I think a lot of the Facebook was like the Open Championship, Women's Championship, people like that. So very interesting results. Overall, I looked through this kind of extensively to see what they did to try to avoid bias, and they did a really good job. They did better than most surveys you ever take do to avoid bias. A lot of surveys try to create bias in some ways. USBC did a really good job avoiding it. The one negative that is tough is like they posted 3 yes answers of a limit on urethane in some way, 1 no answer. So some people can see, well, there's actually overload bias is what it's called, where you have more yeses than no. So they should have had 3 different no answers. However, I think this really helps showcase what USBC should do, because as they showed, majority of people do want a restriction in some way. I think it's about 57-ish% want a restriction, not a full ban, just a restriction in some way. They want a ban of the soft urethanes. So it's interesting to see that side of it, because now USBC can see, well, people want some kind of restrictions, but now you can see 17.5% of people want the 78 hardness ones, which is good to know. You don't really know what it is based on feedback, because I have a video coming out tomorrow actually answering some comments that were left on the original USBC post. And overall, Facebook, you would think 98% of people were saying, hey, we need to ban, or we need to not touch it. But however, the survey results showed that that wasn't the case. So really interesting things you can find with numbers and stats. Again, this is my wheelhouse. I adore this side of just the world, is the data and the details and the nitty gritty stats of it all. So yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see what the results of this are. I have heard rumors that October 1st, we're going to hear results, that there's going to be a big USBC meeting going into it and all this other jazz. So that is what is going on with the USBC poll. I want this to be very interactive with you guys, going back and forth on a lot of stuff going on, anything that you guys have. Let's see. So we're going to try to answer as many comments as we can. We have a ton of people here, so please leave any questions or comments you guys have below. I do see a good one here. Ken Nerd. Hey, I have my nerd card. I have Pokemon stuff behind me. What did you expect? I have Pokemon stuff. I have a piranha plant, right? Oh boy, this is hard. There we go. Right there is a piranha plant. Like, yeah, we're pretty nerdy. We're pretty nerdy here. Oh, very nerdy. All right, let me try scrolling back a little bit and see some of the comments that are coming in. I see a lot of people hanging though. Castro, Lawrence, Richard, what's going on, guys? We saw Will already. Oma over on Twitch. What's going on, Oma? Got my mystery ball. It was a Sublime Focus. Nice. That's a really good pull, actually. That's an awesome pull. Now, that ball is probably going to get discontinued soon and is on super sale. If you guys need a good, medium, smooth bowling ball like a Phase 2, but not a Phase 2, Sublime Focus is cheap. Drink of the day is just raw, pure Pepsi. Just the best kind of cola, right? I mean, everyone, actually, I'm definitely in the minority on that one. Everybody in the world is a Coca-Cola fan, but me. Let's see. Matthew, Tundra Fire is low-key goated. Hey, that's good to hear. I'm glad you like that ball. Zach, who is releasing balls in the next few weeks. Brunswick releases 6 of them in about 2 weeks. They have like the Theorem Solid, the Pulse. They have the other 4 that I already forgot. Ooh, that's not good. Infinity Quest, Combat are in there. They have a lot of bowling balls coming out soon. Storm has the Cove and the Ember releasing in about 2-ish weeks. And then Motive has that Steel Forge releasing in about 2-ish weeks. So a lot of bowling balls coming out. And Swag has all 6 of their new bowling balls coming out as well. Matthew, I have a #1 crown too. Hey, perfect. Remark, is the ban for everything, including league? Yes, pretty much. The survey results showed people don't care about banning it on a national level. They either want it banned completely or not, just in general. So I think it's going to be I think it's going to be not worried about. I think it's gonna be all or nothing is my guess. Sorry, I read Brooks' comment. Brooks, what is this? Shout out to Brad and Kyle, twins that are Allie that helped break up the fight. What's going on, Brooks? We can ban thugs instead of urethane. What happened? Hold on, did Brad and Kyle go turn into superheroes? I completely didn't hear this news. Please let me know about that, Brooks. What? Jim Crushman, top 3 strong sharp balls in production. Black Widow Mania is up there. Equinox is pretty goated right now. And Evoke Hysteria. Duh. Evoke Hysteria is a goat right now. Hey, Steven, what's going on over on TikTok? What is going on, everybody, on TikTok, by the way? You guys have so many comments coming in. I love it. Thomas, the dark side, perfect. Just bowled a 190 my first game. Good job. Nice. Don Beto, I'm from Mexico. See you next tat. Hey, good to see you, Don. Yeah, hopefully can see you. Steve, what's going on? Good to see you as well. Sunberg, what do you think they'll do with the results? Do you think they'll ban it? I think after these results, they were already leaning towards a ban is what some of my insiders were saying. By insiders, just it's viewers who tell me these things pretty much. Yeah, overall, it sounds like they were leaning that way. And now these results really showcase that's probably where we're going to go with everything. That's probably the state of things right now. Oh boy, my comments are going nuts. There we go. Gabriel, what did you say, Gabriel? Don't come at me for disliking the Rainbow Rain. Rainbow Sherbet Rain is goated, and I will stay on that hill forever because Rainbow Sherbet is goated flavor, Mr. Lucky, bring back the Haywire or the Hypercell. Unfortunately, I don't think we'll see a Hypercell for a while. Haywire, I'd be so in. Brandon, one of my friends just took over a pro shop, keeps trying to get a motive ball. I mean, you can try it. You might as well try it. Why did you? Oh, is it still bleeping? So people on TikTok, apologies, but TikTok added a really cool new feature that's not very cool, where if it thinks I'm going to swear, it bleeps it out, and it randomly does it on bowling ball names and viewer names. So I really, really apologize for that. I couldn't find a way to turn it off before this. It's a feature that's always there that I need to dig into a little bit more from what I can tell. Hey, Steven's a Pepsi guy too. Love to see it. Let's see. Smitty over on Twitch, what's up? Eli, urethane should stay for sport patterns. That's kind of the big, I mean, that's really the reason you should use urethane is for sport shots. So that's going to make it really, really tough, in my opinion, to bowl on a lot of shorter or harder sport shots. Because like tomorrow, I'm probably going to bowl a sweeper, 41 feet. I'm bringing urethane. I'm going to throw urethane for the first game and a half. Because I think if you make cut, you pretty much just get thrown in a bracket. So like you average 2-0, you're fine. James, have you ever done a scratch league? I have actually never bowled a scratch league. They aren't really popular around me right now. I actually don't know the closest. Oh, actually I did. I subbed in one once. I subbed in one like 2 months ago or so. So I haven't really in a while, but they are, I do like them. I'm a scratch bowler for everything I do. So yeah, it's perfectly good with me. A little more competition, people go a little harder in scratch stuff, which is fun. Gandhi, what is going on? Good morning to you too. Chapas, what are your thoughts on the Ion Pro Solid for rev dominant two-hander? Pretty much only bowls on house shots. I think it can be good. It's a good strength level. It's not too strong, not too weak for you. Brooks, where do you have your blue neon sign made? This one was made in Indonesia, I believe. We found it online. I don't remember who made it. It was a very stereotypical company that seemed a little sus, but it ended up turning out really well. It took like 2 months apparently to get here. So I'm not actually sure, unfortunately. It was just a lot of Googling and just finding a random one, honestly. James, did you see the national patterns? Yes, the national USBC Open Championship patterns were announced. The team pattern was pretty much what we thought it would be going in, 39 feet, 2-to-1 ratio, very, very flat. It shows that the topography is why the gutter didn't hook out there. Now, the doubles and singles pattern was 41 feet with a little bit of a speed bump down lane, which is why you didn't see urethane being thrown. It was kind of deemed pretty early, like, no, urethane is a bad idea on it because they put in that extra oil down lane, which caused urethane to get weird unless you had like a 450 to 500 rev rate. So yeah, really cool to see those, kind of what we expected at the end of the day. Mark, I think I know what Sean Rash chose. No. Ryan, can I use my Pink Widow? So yeah, we should clarify this. Urethane is not banned yet. Urethane has not been banned as of today, July 30th, 2025. There are 0 bans right now. There have been no announcements of bans. This is just the lead up to it. It is the assumption that things will be getting banned probably in 2027 if it happens. USBC usually like kicks the can really far down the road like they did with weight holes when those got banned. I believe they waited 2.5 years before fully banning them. They're going to do the same thing with urethane because a lot of people have it, so you need to replace it or find a way to get rid of it or whatever it may be. So I think we're going to be waiting a really, really long time. But yeah, nothing is banned yet, but we're assuming that they are going to be in the near future. And yeah, they are going to be very, very cheap right now. Jason Reed, is it too late to go vote? Yes, the voting closed, I believe, last Saturday. I think it was open for 5 days total, if I remember right. But it is closed and the results have been posted. Eli, 78 hardness is balanced. That's what a lot of people are leaning towards that's going to happen. What camera do I use? I have an Logitech MX Brio is the camera that I have. That's my, it's just a webcam. That's all it is. Cloudburst, I just got a purple hammer. That's okay. You're okay for at a minimum a year. Probably a year and a half is my guess. First of us, don't feel bad. TikTok blows. TikTok is so good when it's good, so bad when it's bad. There's no in between for TikTok. Fairy, Sally, urethane overseas. Yeah, they did ironically just announce that a urethane theorem is coming overseas, which looks really cool. It will not come stateside. Brunswick does not release their stuff stateside when it's overseas. Storm does a little bit, and Motive does more than you'd expect, but Brunswick does not. They do not. Vatican, pray for us, CompSci recent grads. Oh, the market is impossible right now. Yeah, unfortunately, it's very unfortunate. Gabriel, I did not swear. Smitty, what is up? Gandhi, Bellamo is suggesting that oil pattern should be changed. 100%. I think that opens up another door where oil patterns do need to be tested a little bit more. We've kind of fallen into a rut of what an oil pattern is going to be. So I think we need more extreme changes for what to do. And really, I think that's good because it adds some creativity of what's going to work and what doesn't. We've really fallen into this trap, especially the PBA has, of like, this is what the pattern's going to be. This is how much it needs, how much oil it needs. This is what the ratio needs to be. But like, I think if they play with it a lot more, it could be entertaining. Now, it's going to cause some situations where the scoring pace is 250 or the scoring pace is 180. Not 180 on the PBA tour. It'll be like 2-0. It'll be like, cut will be like even, which is good. That should make it kind of fun. I think that would be a good point, a good thing to do. Mr. Lucky, the glide oil does not break down. That is a crazy one. The glide oil is kind of crazy that they used out there. Karsten, I've been following you for so long, and I want to say I appreciate all your content. Hey, thank you so much for following, Karsten. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much for hanging in for a lot of the videos and hanging into a live stream. It means the absolute world to me. Let's see. We have Richie as a tank rampage pearl urethane. No, actually, USBC also posted examples of what bowling balls fit. So they said examples of high performance urethane balls that could be removed. The pitch black, IQ 78, purple hammer, and black hammer 78 is what they mentioned. High performance balls that are not under consideration are things such as the new blue, the level, or the tank yellow jacket, which means all the tanks fall into that category. And examples of non-high performance balls that are not under consideration for removal are the mix, the axe, and the sniper. All the basically spare balls that are shiny urethane. So they do not mean any of the tank balls. Motive has no bowling balls minus the purple tank. That'll be on this list. Now, it's not guaranteed that that's going to be the case, but probably because that one was, in fact, true, real, I don't know real, but real urethane. Let's see. DeJoe, wild cherry Pepsi goat. Oh, absolutely. 100%. That is the best flavor. I'm almost out, though, so I need to get rid of my regular Pepsi. Son and mom, I typically use urethane for when the lanes break down or are very dry, which is actually, ironically, the opposite time you want to use urethane. Urethane is tough because it's actually supposed to be used for sport shots when they're very hard to play straighter to give you more miss room. However, a lot of people use them for dry patterns or dry oil because the ball doesn't overreact down lane. It's not angular at all. However, it's going to hit very softly. So if you want that kind of reaction, a weak and smooth ball would be really good, or like a new blue, for example, or a level is actually going to carry better for you than a true urethane, than a real true urethane. Cloudburst, Storm Level is my ball of choice, and you're good to go. Papa, Black Widow Mania and Bubblegum Vibe are my go-to. I'm glad a lot of people are liking that bubblegum. That's awesome. Austin, the urethane thing is pretty controversial, but I'll die defending Pepsi with you. That's my boy. Austin, that's my dude there. Like, I really do appreciate that. No matter what, through thick and thin, we have Pepsi to hold us together. I think that's how it needs to be. Wasn't that the Kardashian commercial where it was like there was a standoff, or not a standoff, but there was like a protest happening, and then one of the Kardashians handed a cop a Pepsi? I think that's what it was. That was terrible. Matthew, let Maribeth know it's Wednesday. She'll find out. She'll wake up in like an hour or so and then realize it. She's a college kid. She's sleeping on her days now. Steven, if urethane is banned, do you think bowlers will jump from USBC to World Bowling League? No. No, for a lot of reasons. Oh, Suitor, you son of... That's awesome. If urethane is banned, do bowlers... Wait, I'm sorry. I'm all over the place. My ADHD... I don't have ADHD. Oh, wow. I read so many things at once. No, WBL has no intentions of making a league format, so I don't think it'll happen. I mean, I don't think people are going to quit bowling because they can't use their urethane. That is something that a lot of bowlers have been saying for 20 to 30 years now, is I'll quit bowling if XYZ goes into effect. People said it about weight holes too, actually. I'm not paying the $20 to fill my weight hole, so I'm going to quit bowling, and it never really happened. So I don't think so. I don't think it'll happen for this. There's gonna be a lot of time, and it's gonna be interesting to see what happens. We don't even know what happens, but I don't think it'll happen because WBL won't really kick into effect, I don't think, unless some miraculous thing happens in the next year from them. But I haven't heard a peep from WBL since my last video about it. All right, I need to read Brooks. Go up further. You skipped my comment. 2 bowlers were stabbed for asking some thugs not to use their equipment. Oh, wow. And we had twins, Kyle and Brad. Oh, I'm sorry. I read Kyle and Brad as in the YouTube and pro bowling Brad and Kyle. I was thinking they were at your bowling center and broke up a fight, but wow, that's insane. Yeah, that's not ever a good thing. No, do not. Yeah. I don't know how you stop that, but that's absurd. Here's Suitor. All right, we're gonna address this. Suitor said, "Howdy, just curious, why are you stealing the general concept of hosting a Q&A from other content creators?" I will quickly address this because people are gonna see it on the USBC post. I'll probably get thrown under the bus for it, but Nick Smith, otherwise known as Brunsnick, posted a comment on USBC's post about the results, and he posted the name of a book and said it was How to Lie with Statistics by Hull. I forget, I think it was Darren Hull, but Hull. And I came back saying, I forget what I should read. I'm gonna grab my exact quote quick just to make sure I don't mess it up. I actually have a screenshot open right now because it's funny. I said, Daryl Huff, my bad, Huff. I said, as a statistician, zero lying happened in the report. They gave full transparency in the numbers. They reduced bias better than most surveys do. Alphabetical order on options, 1 choice per IP address, locked answers. And it shows that 57% of people want the soft urethane balls banned. Ironically, that book doesn't apply here because USBC didn't hit any of Huff's criteria. The book that he's mentioning basically says that you can skew statistics to whatever you want by manipulating how you do survey results and try to grab all those numbers and all that jazz. So I said that book really doesn't apply here. USBC was fully transparent. They gave us everything, and they didn't lie anywhere. So they were fine at the end of the day. Like, be upset with USBC or happy with them either way, but the poll was completely transparent and they didn't skew anything. And then certain YouTubers said, as a statistician, what % of videos do you produce where you don't steal video content? So unfortunately, Brunsnick has been on a push for well over a year now that I steal his content. For any fans of the channel, as you know, I don't steal content. What he is referring to is back when I was starting, when I was doing ball previews on my YouTube, I would show videos of various people throwing new bowling balls. I'm still not one who gets new bowling balls early, so I would like to show other people throwing them to be able to show what the bowling ball is besides just me talking about it. In one of those videos, I showcased him, and he actually tried to copyright strike me to get my channel removed from TikTok. Luckily, it did not happen. I was put on a probation for 90 days, and he unfortunately thinks I steal his content. So For the world, I do not steal his content. For Brunsnick specifically, please answer my DMs. I've asked you to DM me about this situation multiple times, and you have never answered. So please do. I'd really appreciate to be able to hash this out, to figure out if there's any other things that I'm doing wrong here. But that is all on that situation. If you have a question on that too, go ahead and ask. I'm an open book right now. I'm on any and everything going on. So let's keep going through some comments. Suitor, that made me laugh when you posted that, so thank you. Mr. Ganoush, ban for normal league bowlers. Yes, it would be a ban for everything is my guess. Again, nothing has come out yet, but only 3% of people only wanted the ban on a national level. Less and less people actually wanted it at the full level. Let's see, Randy, if they ban urethane, they should ban surface alterations. And there is an issue with surface alterations. 100% there's an issue with that, where 500 grit is a lot, and it does mess up a pattern a lot. There's a lot of conversations to have in that regard as well. There's a lot of conversations in bowling as a whole. Lane patterns, a lot of surface. There's a lot of things we need to talk about. But right now, I think a good start is at USBC looking into the things they've been allowing for way too long. I do want to answer with this quick before we keep going is I actually bought this durometer, very cheap. Its testing does not need to be, is not like, it's a hand one. It's literally a hand durometer. It is not the official one that anybody uses. Every area in the world uses a $500, I think it's called a Rex D, durometer. So I used mine. I used this durometer on a handful of my bowling balls to test what they were. It's actually more accurate than I thought. All my new bowling balls were between like 73 and 74 hardness. Both my purple hammers, one Kentucky, one Mexico pour, 65. I've never touched them with acetone, nothing. They got super soft. So we're going to make a video about that sometime soon, but it's kind of funny. So yeah, that is where all that is at. Let's see. Grumpa, thanks for the advice. Showed it to my PSO and he understood and is helping with my fit. Hey, that is awesome to hear. I have a text from you, Grumpa, that I still need to answer. I'm sorry for that. I had a lot of work stuff today, so apologies. Hence why I'm wearing a hat. The hair got wonky today. All right, let's keep going. Jason, you see EJ score with reactive while the others use urethane on the low rev side. There is a YouTuber that threw 10 strikes in a row playing inside the urethane line. I'm good either way, but do specs. No, there's sometimes a way to score, always, absolutely. And EJ, in my opinion, being on motive staff without a urethane in the world that the PBA is in today and still doing well really showcases that he is the top dog. He is the best bowler in the world, on the planet, in the universe right now, by a landslide. That is insane to be able to do that. And his role really doesn't fit urethane as well. His role fits reactive and getting it to tumble and do the right things. Ryan, it's oil contamination, not the ball getting softer. No, this was a brand new durometer. And the balls were just resurfaced. Like, one of them was not thrown ever. It was hit with 500 grit and that was that. So it was as clean as it can get. So the durometer has never been used. There was no oil on the durometer. So that's just what I found with this very cheap one. So, and it has been proven multiple times. The balls do get softer with use. And this kind of shows. And fun thing, actually, if you're drilling into a bowling ball as a pro shop guy, you can kind of feel how soft or hard the cover stock is. Like, there were some old 900 global balls before they went over to Storm that were like absurdly hard. They were rocks, basically. They were so hard to drill through. The cover stocks were. These purples are like drilling through a marshmallow. It's kind of fun because it's so easy. You can just yam on that thing and it flies through. So they are soft. Apologies for anybody on the not soft side, but they are. Joe, urethane for singles and doubles worked out way better than team. Like you said, I'm two-handed with high revs. That's when it could. That's where urethane looks good on a speed bump pattern. Is where you have a lot of revs. I think it was Greg Thompson who smashed them in doubles, I believe, with an 800 with a purple slammer, and it looked awesome. It looked so good. He had that thing at like 360 grit, don't get me wrong, but he made it look really good, but he yams on the ball, completely yams on it. Steve, $5 super chat. Thank you so much for the super chat. Really appreciate it. Thank you for hanging in this whole time, Steve. Apologies for missing that originally. I'm so bad at hitting super chats because my chat just flies through. But ball rec for my wife, SPI, something above Typhoon, and below Attention Star RST. Above Typhoon, below Attention Star RST. A couple options. Phase AI and the Ember are two really good options. Those are pretty much the only SPI ones. The Gremlin could also work too. Um, um, oh, I gotta read that, Brooke. But yeah, I would go Ember. Unfortunately, the Ember isn't out yet, so I don't want to recommend that because it hasn't been released and there's been very few ball reviews of it. Phase AI also fits in that spot. I'd honestly recommend waiting until the Ember is fully out to get a few more reviews, and that might be a really good ball in that slot. Let's see. Nick, do you think track theorem solid is close to the effect tour? I think so. I think it's going to be very close, just a different reaction as a whole. I think it's going to be a little sharper than the effect tour. Just a little bit. Let's see. First of us, the only time I like Pepsi is when it's made with pure sugar. I wish Coke came out with sugar only. I think they are. They're coming out with a new option. They aren't like fully switching like some reports showed, but they are going to have their cane sugar option back because they do that every now and again too. They'll randomly release their made with real sugar type. Gandhi, why doesn't Storm use the same core designs for all ball weights while Motive does? Which brand do you recommend for balls under 13? It's really hard because the core is most of the ball weight. So if you keep that core, you have to take weight out of the cover, and that doesn't really work. So that's why you see the cores change so much. It's very tough to make them when they're 13, 14, 15, and 16 pounds, all around the same shape. If you want a bowl under 13 pounds, I always recommend entry-level stuff. I don't recommend high-level bowling balls in those situations. So I think things like the Rhinos, like the Surges, things like that are always the best option. All right. Will, of all the SPI balls, which one is the Ember would you compare it to? Phase AI is what it looks closest to right now. Let's see. We've got RJ with my revs, 375, speed 15. I'm better off with short pin, and that's okay. Short pin's might make a comeback. It's not as good as urethane by any means. Short pin is very hit or miss. I personally hated short pin. I used it on 2 balls. They both rolled terribly, and they subsequently got plugged. So hopefully it works for other people better than me. Luke, could the Cove and Ember be good medium smooth sharp combo? 100% they could. 100% they could. Ryan, please don't. Suitor, yeah, thanks, Suitor. Appreciate it. I ended up posting a screenshot of Brunsnick's comment to me because like one of the biggest mortal sin or like the meanest things you can do on socials, like to another content creator, is call them out for stealing your content publicly. If they do or not, even like for me, I don't, as far as I'm aware, but for others that like either way, it's still like the biggest like F you basically. So I posted to Discord, like, did I do this? What happened? Ryan Carmichael, please don't. I threw a 300 at junior gold with a pitch black. Also had a purple hammer on my ball card. There, well, that's awesome though. I think you'll be able to recreate that, Ryan, with other bowling balls. So I wouldn't worry too much. If you're shooting bills, if you're shooting 300s, you have more than enough skill to be able to help it transition over to something else. Polymers. Polymers is one of the most active bowling like YouTube commenters I've seen, by the way. So Polymers, I do want to give you credit. Like, good job letting your stating your opinion, being on a lot of these different bowling YouTubers channels. I don't know if they always let you know it, but I do like always seeing your picture because you have the black and green picture. I always love seeing your picture and name on a lot of comment sections. You take in a lot of bowling content, so I appreciate that you take ours in too. Let's see, banning urethane, banning soft urethane are two different things. Yeah, and that's what I think the poll results really showed is that I'll get to that one 60 feet quick. I think that's really what the poll results showed was what the poll results showed is that people want restrictions, but it's a little bit mixed on like, do they want full ban or do they want partial ban? So I think it's luckily overall consensus that we need something done. But yes, 100% that those are two different arguments, which is why they put them both on the poll so that they knew like, do people want it fully banned or do people just want the 78 or do they just want it gone from like super high competition tournaments? Jaybird, what's going on? Bill Flynn, I believe that USBC said urethane may measure softer. It's been thrown that urethane does not get softer. You skipped over the topic of lane integrity. Lane integrity has been ignored for many years. No, lane integrity is a big one too and has been ignored. Like we haven't paid attention to oil patterns. We just keep slowly bumping up the mill. So this is going to be a good step in that direction. This shows that we're going to start making moves in bowling. I think we should see that as a positive. I'm a very optimistic guy in all situations. I mean, for example, I love basically every Marvel movie, and I know other Marvel fans have their ones that they just hate watching, but like I've enjoyed watching them all. I'm just overall very much an optimist in a lot of those senses. And I think this is a really big positive for bowling, where it shows no matter what decision is made, if it bans or not, that we are actually looking at those things and paying attention to them and trying to do stuff about them. So, yeah, it's very interesting. First of us, I want to hit your comment quick. Brunswick accuses people of stealing content, yet he can make his name steal association with a Brunswick hypocrite. It's because he works there. He's actually a Brunswick employee. Now there's yeah, he's actually one of the heads of marketing over at Brunswick. He's one of the higher ups in their marketing department. That's why he throws these balls early. That's why all this jazz. He literally does work at Brunswick. So that's why he has that name. He doesn't ever state that, which is kind of interesting. But yes, he is actually a Brunswick employee. Hence why he only throws Brunswick stuff. Steph, it's the latest news. Everyone is talking about the same stuff every day. Oh, well, yeah, that's how the news works, right? That's how the news works. 60 feet, did you shout him out when you used his videos? I did, actually. I had a link. I had SO to @Brunsnick on the video. I had it in the comments, and then I said it at the end of the video. So I thought that was enough at the time, but TikTok, I mean, you can take stuff down whenever. It's okay to take it down, but yeah. Brandon Tipton, ban urethane and make people bowl better and make them throw better shots. Balrog, tried out the purple hammer the first time, just laid it down and got 248. Please don't ban it. I want one now. Did you just, oh, you probably just kicked it down lane, right? That's funny. Luke, could the covering, yes, we hit that one. Mr. Mice, YouTube beef. I hope not. Buff Wolf, did you fix the bleep thing? No, I didn't. I did not. I hate it. Jason, that's disappointing. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Bowling community is too small to make a war, to start a war. But come on. I wanted to have an okay conversation, man. Big B, drama in bowling, shocking. I know. DeJoe, a Q&A was only invented in the last 90 days. I know, I'm sorry about that. Ryan, I shot 300 at junior. Oh yeah, we hit that one. AJ, I interpreted the results the same way. People who voted for the hardness limit were against a full ban. So 56% against. Yeah, again, it's how you read it in the sense that, yes, 50%, you're right, that 56% of people did not want urethane banned completely. They did not want a hard ban. However, 57% also wanted action done. They wanted some kind of ban. They didn't want a full ban. They wanted some kind. I think that's the way to look at it. Because if we go the other way with it, it's a really bad, like, misinterpretation of the data if we just ignore entire sections of data. Jim, need to get a purple and black fresh out of box. They're fine out of box is the big thing. Like, all bowling balls have to hit that 73 hardness out of box. That is a USBC rule. If a bowling, because USBC, what they do with their testing, they get sent a ton of things. They get sent a ton of bowling balls when they like first get created, and then they're wanting to get them approved by USBC, and they actually test all of them, their RGs, their diffs, their hardness, all that jazz, make sure they're legal. So all of them out of box are 73. The problem is urethanes get softer and other balls get harder. Other balls, being reactive balls, get harder. So that's what it mainly is. Sealands, I don't see the problem with showing other bowlers as long as they're either named. Yeah, that's what I thought. No one else is really. People have actually been like not asked, but like been a-okay with it. Josh Tajiri, please guys, if you ever follow any YouTuber, he is the guy. He is one of the coolest and greatest dudes on YouTube. I really recommend checking out Joshua Tajiri. He's a Storm rep, works at a pro shop in San Francisco. Just amazing human being. He wants to watch bowling grow. I made sure I've checked with him multiple times, especially after this situation happened. I'm like, are you good if I show your stuff? And he's like, yes, just give me credit. I want to see bowling grow. I want more people to see what these bowling balls can do. So there's a lot of amazing people out there who have luckily allowed me to use their videos, because that's the hard thing with bowling is no one can actually see the stuff until it's too late. Let's see, Grumpa, no need to apologize. I don't hold cheesy grudges like some CC. Oh God, I should stop talking about it because it's gonna bite me in the butt eventually. Skate, I'm drilling a pin axis sublime with the CG under the palm to create a urethane shape. We did this back in the late 80s. So yeah, hopefully it works out for you. Let us know, honestly, after you drill it. Steven, that's why I have a podcast to help grow the bowling community. Exactly. 100% Steven. Steven has an awesome podcast with a bunch of friends too. There's a lot of bowling podcasts on TikTok that are fantastic. Let's see. Steven can't say anything bad about Brunswick. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He literally works. I should stop talking about the dude though. I've spent way too much time on that. YGM, what's up with urethane? Yeah, YGM, for a quick TLDR. The USBC put out a post saying we're looking at we're investigating urethane right now. They gave 4 different reasons for why they are looking into urethane. Then they posted a poll asking the bowling community, what should we do with it? Should we ban it? Should we ban all urethane? Should we ban urethane that falls under a certain hardness criteria, which would ban purple hammers and pitch blacks? Should we not ban urethane at all? Should we only ban it from the open championships and the large tournaments, or do you not care, was the 5th one. And overall, the numbers were 17, putting all the results together, 17.6% of people wanted to allow urethane with tighter specs, 36.6% wanted to ban urethane from all competition, 3% wanted to ban it just from large tournament competition. 38.6% want to continue allowing urethane with no changes done. 4% did not care. So, 36.6% wanted a complete ban. 38.6% wanted nothing to be done with it. 17.6% of people wanted to allow it with tighter specifications. And then 3% wanted to only ban it from large tournaments. So overall, it was 57% of people wanted something to be done about urethane, is what it ended up being. Jim, I have a master's in psych testing. This poll was not scientific, quite misleading. It should be taken as appropriate in any context besides USBC is trying to skew. I would strongly disagree, Jim, actually. I don't think that's actually it because, no, I think, yeah, I think it's I see where you're coming from. Like having 3 yes answers, I think is the biggest question mark of them all. But otherwise, they got rid of bias in a lot of ways. Alphabetical ordering, because ordering does matter in polls. A lot of people will pick the first, the last, or the middle. Like if you give a scale of 0 through 5, people pick 0, 5, or 3 all the time. 2 is almost never picked in a lot of cases. But a couple other ways. So yes and no. Overall, I think the results are very transparent and showcase where people are at, because they gave different options. And I think that's what really gets rid of the predetermined, the skewing, is that they wanted to know, do people want a full ban more than they want the 78 hardness rule or things like that? Furious George, that's upsetting. Yeah. Abe, EJ cheats. I'm pretty sure he's a wizard. Oh, I knew it. I saw that coming. I knew he was a wizard. Yeah, I saw him with a cauldron in the PBA, in the parking lot outside of a PBA event once. He put a frog and a scorpion into a cauldron. I saw it. Gandhi, if a bowler isn't in a hurry to buy, which month is the best time to purchase? September. Honestly, September and then like March are really the best times. Steve, no worries. Absolutely. All right, let me keep going. Grumpa, I haven't had pop since losing 200 pounds, but I recall Dr. Pepper being the GOAT. Ooh. That's a fair argument. Palmetto on TikTok, the 36% was banning all urethane. 38.6%, sorry. 38.6% was not banning anything at all and leaving it as is. Sam, you and all the lefty two-handers gonna love it there. Vatican, Brunswick also accused the hype of stealing his video style. Really? Can you let me know more about that, Vatican? I might have to message Charles. I should actually speaking of Charles, this is a segue. Shout out Charles Hutchinson from The Hype. Awesome dude. Never met him yet. Seems like an awesome dude. But overall, I actually am now a Bowlers Mart affiliate. So Bowlers Mart sent working with them a little bit. They sent me a couple swag balls that you guys saw on all the channels. But they also sent me a link that people can use. And if they use that link, I get a little bit of the sales that Bowler's Mart gets from whatever you guys purchase. So if you guys want to help support the channel when buying your next bowling ball, I have a link in a lot of my descriptions and a lot of my videos or on my channel. So I'd really appreciate if you use that. Shout out Bowler's Mart. They're an awesome, awesome place. Everyone I talked to there was super, super nice and like really just liked bowling, which is good to see. They weren't like corporate people. I work in corporate. I know corporate people, unfortunately, but they just seem like good dudes. Let's see. Brooks, I see content creators starting to use your concepts. You're getting noticed, must be doing something right. Yeah, it's awesome to see, and that's good. That's awesome. I'm glad that that's happening more. It's really good to see. Let's see, Dennis, if nothing gets done on this or a wee bit, they'll start looking for something else to complain about. Yeah, I mean, there is always new news. Like, there's never no news in today's age. So that there's always something new. Don Alvarado, I think urethane is fine. Just keep it in places people want it. And I should also like fully preface too, like, no matter what happens, like with the ban or not, non-USBC sanctioned events, unsanctioned USBC events, you can still throw urethane. That's still going to be allowed. It's just going to be banned I should keep prefacing with if this all ends up happening, if all urethane gets banned, I believe, if it does happen, non-sanctioned leagues, tournaments, and everything like that, you can still throw urethane. It'll still be an option in some cases. So it's going to be possible to keep urethane. That's not going to be out the window. It's not like they're all going to have to get thrown in a dumpster out back or anything. Connor, $2 super chat. Thank you so much, Connor. I really appreciate it. You should definitely do a video on how to be a USBC member. Yeah, it's honestly a good idea, a good intro of how do you become a member. For a quick little TLDR, really how you become a member is you bowl in a USBC sanctioned league, and then you end up signing up as a member. You have a membership card to fill out, which is just like your name, address, email, just the basics for them to keep so that they can get you information. And then you end up getting sent a card with your own personal USBC number. So like for anyone who wants to look me up, mine is 9054993. I don't know why that is memorized, and I can't even remember what I had for breakfast this morning, but it's how it is. But yeah, that is a TLDR, but absolutely, I might have to sneak that into the rotation. All right, I have to scroll just a little bit. If I miss your comment, do not be afraid to post it again. There's a lot of people coming in right now, so I want to thank each and every one of you. We have over 200 people over on YouTube right now. We have 7-ish people over on Twitch. We have 20 to 30 over on TikTok, so thank you all so much who've hopped in today. I really appreciate it. We're going to keep going through all the comments that we can. Remember, if you're new here or you haven't haven't seen us before, hi, my name's Zach. Great to meet you. Make sure to drop a subscription, hit the subscribe button, hit the follow button on whatever platform you're on. Pick the free one. It's the best way to stay up to date for when new videos end up going live on the channel. But let's keep getting into some comments, guys. Let's keep on going. We still have half a Pepsi left. We got so much time. We got over an hour left. Let's keep on trucking. Cool. Do we have an estimate of time when we'll know the next step? So I've had a few viewers reach out and say they're planning on October 1st. So USBC does say in their survey, I think they had a conclusion. Was it? No, not methodology, not that. Conclusion, here we go. USBC would like to share as a point of clarification. Oh, no. Where is it? As the next steps, USBC staff will work through the Equipment Specifications Committee to determine a recommendation that may include some combination of national tournament rules to remove current urethane balls from national events and/or considering higher hardness manufacturer specifications for urethane balls in the future. Alternatively, the committee may decide not to make any changes at all. USBC is not considering revocation of approved balls or rules that would prohibit urethane balls from USBC leagues or tournaments that choose to allow them. USBC is not considering changes that would justify a return and or refund for any balls. So they're kind of saying that anything approved right now, they're not looking at getting rid of, per se. I've heard otherwise in other cases, so it'll be interesting. It will be interesting. Randy, shout out to Bowlers Headquarters from Milwaukee for winning team all events. Yes, huge shout out to all the Eagle winners. We got a couple of Minnesota guys who won the doubles title. We had Bowlers HQ in Milwaukee won the team all events title. A lot of cool ones. Matthew, I think people should get better at bowling and learn how to not rely on urethane. I wish it could be a tool, but it's become a crutch. And that is one of the issues. The softer bowling balls, Creating the Difference had an awesome study on softer bowling balls do give you more miss room on hard patterns. And that, I mean, if you give 2 extra boards of miss room, every bowler in the world is going to try to use that if at all possible. So it makes sense why you'd use it. But yeah, it'd be great if it was just a tool. That would be awesome. Jason, you can't cheat the poll is something that's been talked about for years. People that hate it, people that don't. At the end of the day, everyone can throw it. Smitty, you should have fans send in patterns to bowl on. If I could get approval by my bowling alley to put out patterns, 100%, that'd be awesome. Sergeant Bubbly, I've been working hard with what I got. Just wondering if there's some other options to look. I think I missed your other. Oh, there you are, Sergeant. You have the EJ Jackal, the New Identity, the Rockstar, the Deviate Mantra, IQ AI, Hustle Rip. EJ Jackal, Identity, Rockstar, Mantra, IQ Rip. That's honestly a really good arsenal right now. I've been working hard with what I got. Just wondering if there's some other options. I really like what you have right now. Sergeant Bubbly, love the name, by the way. I really like what you have right now. I think you have a good mix of a lot of things. The only thing, you might have to keep that EJ a little more sanded instead of polished to keep it further away from that identity to give you a lot of different ranges. But otherwise, I think it looks really good. Chris, I have an Attention Star, Optimum Idol, Pearl, and a spare ball. I'd recommend a solid ball next. I think you want something weaker. I'd go like an IQ Tour, Hustle Earth. Something like that'll be a weak solid for you because it sounds like you say you want weaker, but it seems like a smoother ball might be really good. That might work as well. Jason Briggs, I memorized mine as well. Exactly. I don't know why. It's an easy number to remember. It's like your social security number. And mine is, no, I'm not going to do that. Don, I get what you're saying about unsanctioned events, but what if they kept separate record for urethane? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how there's a lot of questions. There's a lot of questions in this right now. Like I honestly have no idea how that'll go. Braden, so they're going to ban it. I'd assume so. I don't know though. It seems like that's where it's all leading, but I don't know. None of us make the decision, right? At the end of the day, none of us do. Mason, personally, I don't care what you put surface on any ball you want. And that's going to be the interesting one is surface. Surface is going to be really interesting. You're never going to get rid of surface. It's impossible to check. A surface reader is bonkers expensive, just like an actual good durometer is. But yeah, it's one to look into. Brooks, think I missed my comment during an ad. Asked about the steel. If I had an Evoke Hysteria, would the steel be worth buying? See, that is a hard question for me because I don't know. I see the steel as a much more angular option. I see it as a step below the Hysteria. But it's still a big, strong pearl ball. So I think if you drilled the steel forge weaker than the Evoke, I think that can be a good 1-2. Now, another option for that spot is a Primal Rage, which is a heck of a lot weaker. So I think if you need to bridge that gap between an Evoke and a Primal, this is going to be a good play for you. That's where I'm seeing that ball right now. Theus, my 6-year-old son throws urethane. I usually move 13 boards right from my starting board practicing with him instead of 10 boards left in league. I guess it's not fun moving right. Well, that's on a league pattern as well, or just a random house pattern too. If he's 6, I'm hoping he's not bowling in adult leagues because then he's barred from smart money, which I found out the hard way after I got my account kicked out. Oh, fun story. I didn't have any youth leagues near me growing up. I didn't realize that there was youth bowling. I didn't know that was a thing. I grew up literally on a farm next to a town of 3,500 people. Our bowling alley was 8 lanes. Really gorgeous place, but it was only 8 lanes. We didn't have any of that. So I was bowling in adult league. And I made some smart money before that. I joined my uncle's adult league. And I got told like a year later from a tournament director, like, hey, you're getting kicked out. It's like, what? They said, I found you bowling in adult league. It's like, what do you mean? They're like, you can't do that. What? They're like, yes, if you bowl in adult league as a youth, you can get kicked out of your youth status because there's money in that league. Now, there was money in this adult league I was bowling. I think it was like $100 for the team on first or something. It was insanely low. High average made $4. It was insane. It was more of a slap in the face than anything. Oh, it was awesome. Did Joe, since you're with Bowler Smart, maybe do ball cleaner comparison? That's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea, Joe. I might have to look into that. Basket bowlers. Tat would be very interesting moving forward if Thane was banned. Oh, 100%. 100%. Jim, no mention in the results that overwhelming majority favored no change. That is pretty skewed. No, majority of people didn't favor no change. Actually, that's not what it was. Majority of people, overwhelming majority, there were no overwhelming majorities. 38% voted one specific answer, 36 voted another specific answer. Overwhelming majority, or a majority, wanted no change, they did not want all urethane banned. That's a factual statement, but it's not a factual statement to say that, because 36.6% of people wanted all of it banned and 17.6% wanted a partial ban and 3% wanted a ban on the national level. So technically an overwhelming majority wanted change in some way, not no change. Rob D, missed my question. Thoughts on the Guru Oracle? I have seen so little about the Guru Oracle in all of the Brunswick balls right now. And I don't know why that is. I don't know if they've not sent them out or what it is, but I haven't seen any unbiased reviews of any of them. I don't think Charles has posted any, and I haven't really seen it. So I don't know. I saw one of the Rex bowlers throwing it a little bit. Hebrew Hammer 300 on Instagram. He had it. He was throwing it. He really liked it. Granted, he has been very hype heavy, not hype bowling, but like he was very excited about every new ball that he throws and says it is. He's kind of leaning towards the must purchase category, and he didn't really tell us much of what it did. But it looked good in his couple clips. That's really the only bit I've seen of the Guru. So I'm hoping to see more in the coming weeks. That's my goal, especially like the next couple days. It's been messy the last couple days, just in terms of stuff going on, but I'm hoping to try to find more people who've thrown it and get some more opinions on it to know if it's good or not. The pulse is very iffy. It's very hit or miss. It hits like a marshmallow if you do not have a lot of revs or if there's not a lot of oil on the lane. But otherwise it hits pretty well. It's just a big, smooth, slow ball. Hey, Ken, don't forget to go like this live. Hey, there we go, Ken. Love you for that one. Thank you. Rev Dude, looking to buy a GB5 Pearl. Righty one-hander with some Rev Dominant on the layout. Should I go pin up? I'd go pin up on that ball. Absolutely. GB5 Pearl, super sale right now, $120. Turbo X, going to be on super sale soon, by the way. Little insider information. Brooks, I use Bowler Smart very often. Glad to see you getting some kickback. You should have them make a ZVL Coolwick jersey. I got to figure out the Coolwick side of things. I need to figure out something with jerseys, right? I need to reach out to somebody. I was thinking about reaching out to a couple companies to see if they'd be willing to have my logo on things, but there aren't many. It seems like a lot of content creators have their jerseys through through very odd ways. So I got to figure out, I know Luke goes through Coolwick. I don't know who Hype goes through. Not really sure, but there aren't many. I know Sarah goes through Bowlify, Sarah Bowles. So I'll have to think about it. I'll have to see. Robert Young, I hate how much better I am with urethane. All my honor scores are from throwing it. Sucks being hated on for everyone bowling with me. They get so upset when I use it. When the high rev rate I have, it just works so well in every pattern. And that is the thing. It can look really, if you have a high rev rate, I think a urethane is a must have. If you bowl tournaments, if you bowl sport shots, anything harder, you can crush them with urethane with a high rev rate. Low rev rate, not as much. It's a lot tougher to use. High rev rate, absolutely. So I can see that completely. First of us, he has a short wick. Honest review, two-handed bowler working on accuracy, control, and consistency. Coach recommends getting weak ball. No forgiveness for down and in. What do you recommend for weakest reactive ball? Twist or surge? Twist is weaker. Twist is definitely weaker. If you want well, there are no solid tropical surges right now, are there? They got rid of the purple and black, or purple and midnight. Yeah, Twist is going to be the weakest, but it is super, super weak. Gabriel, thank you for joining as a member. Really appreciate it. Welcome back. Good to see you again, Gabriel. Good. He's a longtime member of our Discord. He is the guy who unfortunately thinks Rain is mid, Rain the energy drink, which is so wrong. But he said, did you try the goated lemonade C4? I have not. I haven't had any C4s out of my frozen bombsicle. That's the only one I've had. So I got to check that out. Logan, the Purple Navy is still out. No, you can still buy the Purple Navy, but it's discontinued. It has been discontinued. Weird thing about that ball is actually it was being poured in Utah, one of the few tropical surges being poured in Utah. They just shipped it down to Mexico to get poured because it was too expensive to do in Utah, and they didn't want to take up a full line for it. So, fun fact about that ball. Hey, Coronavirus AF, what's going on Twitch? Caught another live. Thank you for hopping in. Appreciate it. Would you think the Gremlin would be a good on-league night house shot ball? Love the attention star and AI. This one's going to be right in between the two. It's going to be right in between that star and that AI. So if you want that spot covered, absolutely. I think that's a good idea then. Devin Bodeker, should I get a pitch black or purple hammer? I would go purple hammer. If you get one of the two, the purple is just better overall at the end of the day. But if you are gonna bowl tournaments ever, I think you should have one. I think it's needed. Smitty, could you just sand a super strong and smooth ball down to like 240 and make it close enough? Unfortunately, no. So the reason that doesn't work is because the reason that doesn't work is a JR Pro Shop. What's going on? Hold on. Sorry, man. I didn't see you there. How are you doing? People who are content with the current urethane rules are less likely to voice their opinion. People who hate urethane are going to make sure they voted against its use. There is a theory, I believe it's called the squeaky wheel theory, where there is always a vocal minority, is always a thing. The loudest ones will overshadow the silent majority a lot of the time. This is seen a lot in, oh no, TikTok, don't kick me out. Okay, we're good. All right, we're good. This is seen a lot, actually. I'm a Call of Duty guy at the end of the day. And yeah, that's probably one of my favorite games. You'll see the most complaining coming from the guys who are in that like small minority of wanting something changed. So that is a common thing. That's something we need to keep in mind as well. So that is a really good point. Very, very good point that we shouldn't forget about. How you doing, by the way? Good to see you. Thanks for hopping into the live stream. Really appreciate it. Austin, where were we at? Yeah, we were at Austin. Oh, no, we were at Smitty. Sorry, explaining why the super strong sand ball doesn't work. The reason is urethane balls, the good urethane balls, do not flare almost at all because the cover stock is so strong and you sand that so much so that that can get some early friction, early traction, and be able to have some consistent miss room. Now, if you do that to a ball that flares a lot, it's actually just going to roll out super early, and then it's going to retain no energy to go through the pins. The reason the urethane ball doesn't flare is because it needs to retain that little bit of extra energy as it goes through the pins so that it doesn't leave those flat 10s, flat 7s, whatever it may be. Now, the super strong balls at, super, super low grit, they're going to hook super early, but they're going to roll out. They're either going to go in the left gutter if you're a righty, or they're just going to roll forward and then they're going to leave you those lovely 8-10s or things like that. You might be able to leave a lily with that. So that's unfortunately why that plan doesn't work. Austin Billions. I have heard that pro-urethane arguments saying that faster oil breakdown should be answered with adjustment. That I've seen anti-urethane arguments saying urethane is too much of an accuracy crutch. Thoughts? So I want to give a little bit on this. So I have a video coming out tomorrow answering a bunch of comments on USBC's Facebook page, trying to answer some of these questions, remove some of the misinformation in the bowling world on urethane, because in my opinion, urethane is the most... not most forgotten. What is the best way to say this? Like, there is the most misinformation in urethane. That is number one in the bowling world, is people just don't understand urethane and don't understand what it's used for, what it does, why it does what it does, things like that. So the faster oil breakdown should be answered with adjustment. Unfortunately, this isn't the case for a lot of people. Urethane, the big thing is, especially when they get softer, is you have more miss room on hard patterns, is It's the factual statement of it. You will have more miss room at your break point and with your hand than any other bowling ball. I believe Chris Barnes was the one about 2 years ago, came out and said younger guys have no touch. He was actually the first to say it. The younger guys have no touch because doesn't matter what their hand does. They can do whatever they want with a urethane as long as they play up the gutter with enough surface. It's going to hit the pocket. I will agree with that. That's me as a whole. Like, my hand position can be so bad with urethane, and it can be like I can still strike with ease with it. I was on last year's USBC open pattern a couple months ago for a tournament with a Pink Widow. Doesn't matter if I was up the back of it, if I spun it, if I kicked it, like it was hooking in the right spot and striking every single time. It's a shorter pattern. If I did that with a reactive ball, it would never work. It just, you have to have so much more touch with it, which is hard. So oil breakdown gets tough because there's a lot of oil that gets carried down lane. That causes a lot of lower rev rates not to be able to strike when that carry down happens. Their off hits disappear. The higher rev rates are able to splash pins around more. Their off hits stay the same. They're able to shoot those higher scores. The lower rev rates end up leaving a lot of corner pins. JR, doing good. First time tuning in. I finally have a few minutes to myself in the shop. Hey, that's awesome to hear. Good. It's nice background noise, fun to, I doubled up on comments. A few minutes myself in the shop to actually relax. Hey, that's awesome to hear. We've had that a little bit, but there's always so much stuff to plug. Our summers are peppered with plug work. It's insane. Like, we don't sell a crazy amount of bowling balls. June, July are usually the worst months for buying bowling balls. May, June, July are usually pretty quiet, but our plug work is insane. And that just takes so long. It's so long to plug and redrill a ball. So I feel that completely. I saw Mr. Harris with the $2 super chat. What is going on, Harris? There's 4 other chats tonight about this subject. What? Who else is on? Really? Please tell me more, Harris. I want to hear that. Grump, my cat is using my spare ball tote for a pillow, but I still need to clean the ball for it. What do? You do not disturb that cat. You take pictures of said cat. You pet said cat. And you do not kick that cat out of its pillow. Let's see. Vatican, thoughts on the theorem? Solid. It looks good right now. It looks really, really good right now. I know Luke had a really positive review of it go live, which is cool to see. And he's one of the more unbiased resources on YouTube. Probably him and Hype are going to be 2 of the most unbiased, which is awesome in a lot of ways. Because they get literally everything. Well, Luke sees everything. Hype throws literally everything. And they're going to be good ones for early Brunswick reviews like that. That Theorem Solid looks good. It looks like it's going to be Effect Tour-ish. I haven't watched his full review yet, but that's what I'm seeing right now. He's live streaming too. Luke, you son of a... He just added me on Facebook too, and he's going live. I'll probably jump into that. I wish YouTube had a raid feature. That'd be awesome. Yeah, I'll check that out after. We're not checking that out now. All right. Let's see. DeJoe, I have an original name idea for a cleaner review. ZVL in the pit. No, we have X in the pit already. Dizzle, what do you think about the Atlas Hybrid? Atlas Hybrid was good. It was good at the end of the day. It wasn't the goat. It wasn't a goat. It was a good, strong, sharp hybrid bowling ball. One of the better ones Columbia's made in the last couple of years. Super cheap right now. Didn't sell. It sold well, but it was out on the market for a long time. TLDR, it's a good ball. If you need a strong, sharp ball, recommend it. Rob D, Hype is Coolwick also. Okay, that's good to hear. Runs limp. Your guys' names are on point today. Well done. I'm gonna get in trouble I'm gonna get in trouble because of chat. Oh man, polymers. There's a new, that's what it is. A polished surge solid. Thank you. I thought there was a hybrid in pearl, but you're right. There's a solid one. I forget what color it was. Which one was a solid? But yeah, that could be an option too if you sand it a little bit. I haven't seen it sanded yet. Jakume on Twitch, what's going on? You've inspired me to build a 6-ball arsenal. Don't know what category to fill next. You have a Widow 2.0, a Pyramid Antidote, an Arctic Vibe, and a spare ball. Awesome. 2.0 hybrid is going to be in that strong, sharp category. Arctic Vibe is that weak, smooth, kind of leans towards that medium, smooth category. I'll be honest, I don't know what the Pyramid Antidote does. I know the ball is bright. Is that the yellow one or the green one? The Pyramid Antidote is that's old. 2016. 249053. And it has, I don't know what that, it's a solid cover. Okay, that one's more medium to strong smooth. So that one will be closer to medium smooth. Let's see. Yeah, so I would go, I think one more shiny ball would be good for you. A weaker medium shiny ball would be a really good play for you, Jakume. So check out a few of the vids for medium sharp bowling balls. The new Ember fits in there. The Anger is really good. What are some other really good? The Scorpion Strike, I wish it was still out. That one's a cheap one. If you want that one, it's like 120 right now. GB5 Pearl is a GOAT, in my opinion. That one's only 120 right now. So you have a lot of good cheap options, luckily, in that slot. Weirdo from Gabriel. Steve, twist rules. People like the twist. I'm kind of surprised by that. More people like the twist than I thought. Which is good to see. Brett Biondo, which Pearl is weaker, Optimum Idol Pearl or Zen? That's a question. They're very, very close. I always thought the Zen was, but after about 50 games, I think the Optimum is closer, is my, it's so tough. They're both super stupid strong cores with stronger cover stocks. They're too close to call. I think the Zen is a little later. Just a little bit, not by much. Very close together. Robert, just sucks being judged when I use it. So Robert, you do have other options. You can drill out some weaker smooth bowling balls that could work in that slot instead. You could get like a Hammer Raw Solid. You could try a Turbo X or a Hustle Earth. Try to drill them a little bit smoother. Then you can play straighter without a urethane ball. That's probably going to be one of your closer bets for that right now. One of your closer bets right now. Big B, JR Pro Shop. These are the boys up in Canada. Love and subscribe to their channel. Yes, everyone go subscribe to JR. They are the goats. Yes, and they are in Canada. They are indeed up in Canada. Brett, how about a Beyond Infinity? Beyond Infinity, I had hooking. I drilled mine so weak, so that's hard. My layout on my Beyond was a bit weaker than my Zen. I have the Beyond hooking earlier. Also a little bit smoother. Mine personally. Now, out of box, it was a little longer. After about 10 games, it actually has hooked a little earlier and is a lot smoother. Smooth enough where I can't play very far left with it. But yeah, they're all fairly close together though. Very close. Jason Reed, is it safe to wash my ball towels and my clothing? I would recommend avoiding that. I would recommend having them separate. Wash your bowling towels and some other stuff because there is that oil in it, and you don't want that getting out on any clothes, especially during the washing process. Devin Bodeker, should I buy a urethane or wait? A lot of pro shops bot a lot right now. The minute it gets banned, if it does, you're going to see them sell out. You are going to see Brunswick and Hammer, or Brunswick and Hammer and Storm just probably stop making them, stop producing them, and just try to sell what's in stock. So if you are going to bowl tournaments, if you're going to bowl sport shots, yes, I think it's a good idea to have. If not, I'd recommend against it. Hey, Robert with the $10 super chat. Thank you so much, Robert. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Jason, after soaking it in hot Dawn water. Yeah, it's so hard. You don't want to get any of that oil on your clothes. That always ends badly. I think it's best to avoid and just do it on its own, personally. Steve, on that note, why use Twist or Surge Solid instead of urethane? So shorter sport patterns, you can't, the weaker balls unfortunately come with really weak covers as well. Like the Tropical Surge has a weak core, but it has an insanely weak cover stock. And actually the core is stronger than urethane. The urethane core is arguably the weakest core in bowling. I can't confirm it right now. I don't have the numbers up, but it is one of the, if not the weakest core in bowling. But like the Surge and the Twist have really weak cover stocks as well. So you need that really strong core and really, really absurdly weak cover. So I bet in the future, if this ever happens, we're going to see like those level type bowling balls come out. The level is pretty much trying to mimic urethane without being it. Super tiny pitch black core, really, really strong cover stock. I think we're going to see more of that in the future then. Polymer, Surge, Black, Blue, Pink. Okay, thank you, Polymers. Really appreciate that. And COD MW3 Open World Zombies is your go-to. Really? Huh. I'm glad you like it. That's awesome. I'm a round-based guy myself, personally, but good to hear. Good to hear that. Ralphie, is it only one shiny ball? If only one shiny ball, ASIM or SIM? I'd go ASIM. Or kind of depends. If you're going just one single bowling ball, like one ball in your bag, symmetrical. If you have something else, like something solid, I'd go ASIM. ASIM pearls are probably one of the best house shot type bowling balls that you can get. Apex, what should I get? Phase 2 or Rockstar? They're both really good. They're both, I mean, Phase 2's goated. I'm going to say Phase 2 every day of the week, especially Thursdays. But Rockstar, you can't go wrong with. Chris Vi just shot 2 300s with it at the Lucy Doubles tournament. So they're both really good. Rotogrip hit it out of the park with that one. I think they should be proud of that Rockstar. They did a good job. Hoping to see a Rockstar Pearl soon. Problem is the Phase 2 still good for tournaments. 100%. Yes. I will be drilling a new one soon, by the way. I'm excited to. My old one was a 2020 pour, so it is old. Brett, does a Hustle Rip work? Hustle Rip is way below the rest of them. Trying to find one in between. Yeah, the Hustle Rip will be way below. I also have a Road Warrior, so I need something between that and the Zen. That's where the Ember is going to fit in. The Ember is going to be in between those two. Or a Phase AI works as well. Brooks, EFX jerseys let you add a personal logo. Yes, you could absolutely use them. I have 3 of their jerseys and 2 are on the way. Yeah, no, I love EFX. That's what most of my jerseys are. Generally supporting Maribeth because she's sponsored by EFX. She has some awesome jerseys, by the way. Maribeth Baker, I believe it's MABA10 is her 10% discount code. That's a good way to support her, who isn't here tonight, that jerk. But yeah, EFX is awesome, and you can add personal logos to every jersey. No matter what company you go through, you can add them as long as you have either a PNG or a vector file of them. I would just like, that extra step of having the logo on them. Ricky, would the Ultimate Wrecker be cleaner than the new Gremlin? Yes, it will. Tim, what surface do you like for your Origin and Vaporize? I honestly keep them. The Origin I never touched. Never touched the surface of the Origin. The Vaporize I did because I got mine used. So I brought it up to 3000 grit and then left it there and let it lane shine a little bit. And that's where it's been best. Scooby 2000s. I'm a Special Olympics bowler from Windsor, Ontario. I'm just curious, what is a great bowling reactive ball for a backup bowler? I'm looking for a strong reactive ball just in case of tournaments. Awesome. That is great to hear, Scooby. Glad you're getting into bowling a lot. A backup ball, luckily, backup bowler or not, every ball will work for you. So if you throw backup, if you throw regular, whatever it may be, any ball will still be good. Looking for a strong reactive ball. There's a lot of really good options for you. I would personally recommend something in the medium-ish camp. That would be, like we mentioned, a Phase 2 from Storm, a Rotogrip Rockstar. Some other options could be things like a Hammerhead from Hammer is a really good one right now. Otherwise, Motive Venom Shock is phenomenal. All of those, and make sure your pro shop knows that you're a backup bowler, so then they can drill it properly. So make sure of that and you'll be good to go. Let's see. We have Sir Jones. Suggestions. You lean forward. The Innovator, Pyramid Reviver, New Ball, oh, wow. All are welcome to the answer. What do you lean towards? The Innovator, a Pyramid Reviver, a New Ball, Detergent Soak, Souvenir, Hot Car Trunk Treatment. Ooh, the good old Hot Car Trunk Treatment is not a good option. If you want your car to stink, especially if you have a storm ball, you can do that. If you leave any storm scented ball in your car in a hot day, it's going to stink for a while. So watch out with that. We use rejuvenators at our pro shop. I don't remember who makes the rejuvenators. Bowling rejuvenator. It sounds like a Dr. Doofenshmirtz thing. No, is it a rejuve? It might just be a bowling reviver. What is the name of our guy? Oh, there it is. It's Reviver Oven. Ours is a Reviver Oven. Wow, that's more expensive than I thought. Okay, that is $2,000. Innovative. Thank you, Don. Those are actually that expensive? That is insane. Innovative Reviver. Yeah, it is innovative. Oh, those are cheaper. Wait, no, the 2-ball one is not. Never mind. That's a little bit. Whew. Diesel, what do you think about the Atlas Hybrid? We talked about that one. David, why isn't urethane considered a good choice for low rev players? The problem is urethane The biggest issue with urethane right now is that it needs to find friction. A urethane ball, the core is so weak that you need a lot of surface to get that ball to pick up. If you throw a weak core ball as a speed dominant guy and there's too much oil, the ball will never hook for you. That's where you need to throw those really strong asymmetrical balls with strong cores and strong covers. So if you're low rev, there aren't many times a urethane will be great unless you're also low speed. If you're a speed dominant bowler, then it just never hooks for you is the big issue. If you're rev dominant, whole different story. So if you're speed dominant, it's always best to go with that strong big asym instead of it. Yofo, if urethane doesn't absorb oil, does that mean it never dies? Correct. It does the opposite. It gets better. Urethane gets better over time because it gets softer as it gets thrown. J-Max, I wish I could blame urethane for my poor shot making. You still can. Still an option. Even if you don't throw it, you can blame it. Ken, Robert Smith has you on the shop. Hey, what up, Robert Smith? What's going on? Grumpo, when I was newer to bowling, my PSO drilled my effect pin down because he thought I wouldn't be able to handle it. It's always been squirrely and boring. I love the phrase boring for it. I've never heard someone call a ball boring. That's fantastic. What might be a good way to resurface? The problem probably, so you are a lefty, Grumpa, so that means you will like bowling balls that want to hook a little earlier and are smoother. I would recommend some surface. Put it to 2000 grit. Try it without the polish on it and see what it does. That'll get away from the squirrely effect of it. But I'm guessing it either hooks a bunch or it doesn't hook at all because it's pinned down, flares less, hooks a lot later, but then it's polished, so it does a few weird things. So I'd recommend checking that out. Nick Sabroto, how do you think the Rockstar compares the effect? I would see the Rockstar as, if you have them at the same surface, I see the Rockstar as a little bit later than the Effect Tour. I have the Effect Tour as really early, especially for those first 50-ish games. It calms down after a little bit. Mine is actually a little weaker now because I have so many games in it. But overall, I think it's a little stronger, a little bit smoother. But they are pretty close in terms of where they hook. Their reaction is just very different because the Effect Tour doesn't flare much. The Rockstar flares a good amount. Brooks, I think you skipped over like 10 comments. Brooks, unfortunately, I am flying through comments right now. Just trying to keep up. We have a lot of people hanging out. So if I miss your comment, please do not be afraid to double post it. That is A-okay with me. Noah, thoughts on the Rotogrip Defiant? Solid. That's a name I haven't heard in a while. Wow. I got to look up those numbers again. That thing. Oh, no. Sol. I put Sol. Defiant. Sol. Id. There we go. That was the OG, right? Yes, it was. 249054. Oh, that was an ASIM. I thought that was a strong sim. Big, strong ASIM. However, it came out in the great year of 2012. So a little bit older. So it's going to hook a lot less than you would, than a lot of bowling balls right now would. But the Defiant series was awesome from Roto for a while. From what I've heard, that was before I started bowling. So just from what others have told me. Don, other shops got a brand new one 2 weeks ago. Oh, let's go. Lil DH, what is the best ball for a beginner? I always recommend Tropical Surges and Hammer Raws are two of the best bowling balls to use as a beginner as you're getting into the game. To just kind of figure out what your form's going to be, figure out some consistency, the feel of the ball, things like that. Noah, thoughts on the Physics Blackout? It is strong. That ball is so strong. I drilled one. I had it sanded at first. It hooked at my toes for the first about 20 shots. I went and polished it, and it rolls a little bit better now. It's a little bit better when there's a little more friction. I think it's really good with a lot of oil. When there's a puddle out there, that ball can be awesome. But it does have a tendency to hook a little too early and hit flat because that physics core with AI is so strong. So strong. But it's still the physics core, so it is really good at the end of the day. It is I love the physics. I'm a sucker for the physics line. I am a sucker for the physics line. Grumpa, I really like my Hazmat Pearl and Bigfoot. Hits above his class. The Bigfoot the Bigfoot was well liked. Bigfoot was well liked by a lot of people. Mr. Harris, Luke is live online now, but they're straying off topic. What? Those guys do that once in a while. They do it a little bit. Jordan, we hit. Don, in your opinion, what is the best hammer ball right now? Black Widow Mania is good. Anger Solid is a low-key sleeper. OG Anger was really good too. 3D Offset Assault is unfortunately... Oh no, that one's still there. Yeah, the Pure Envy's gone. The 3D Offset Assault is another sleeper pick. That one's really good. They have a lot of really good options, actually. So I think those three are three of the better. Hazmat Pearl looks decent for a lot of people too. Son and Mom, when I got back into bowling, that's where I used to get all my bowling stuff from. Nowadays, I go to a couple different places, but they're my go-to. Awesome. Steve Suter, I think Track and Roto are coming on strong this year. They are doing really well. Roto's doing really well. And Track is too. Track's killing it. Theorem Solid, I think, will be a really big one for them. That'll be a good test to see how they're really doing compared to the rest of the brands. Robert Young, Robert Smith is the Bo Jackson of bowling. If you know, you know. Easily the most talented bowler I've ever seen. He is the Bo Jackson of bowling. Two things that have never been said before is calling a bowling ball boring and then calling someone the Bo Jackson of bowling. I love it. I've just never heard it before. Brooks, I just built a bowling rack. I see yours is in the background. Are they on wood surfaces? No, I have little plastic like spacers on them to not touch the wood. I had so many problems when I first started bowling of balls cracking on me that I am paranoid about trying to make sure they're good. I have yet to have a ball crack on this shelf. Yeah, I haven't yet. Knock on wood. I've had a crack at the pro shop before, but not on wood. Or not on these. J-Max, so in my experience, righty urethane players play a line standing further right to get the angle. So for me, as an average speed, average revs, it's about the high RG, smooth, solid to stay inside. It can be, absolutely. No, for sure, that makes sense, J-Max. My hammer black pearl flares. It probably flares, a little bit, not one single line, but it won't flare a crazy amount unless you're insanely rev dominant. Bigfoot, what is my take on the Anger Solid? I like it. I think the Anger Solid looks really good. It has that weaker core that gets further down lane, but also that stronger, smooth cover. So I think it's going to be a good early game ball if you want to play a little straighter because the super high RG, but then that stronger core or cover. My bad, cover. Robert Young, last thing. What does a weak layout look like for a two-hander? It all depends on your positive access point. So you need to know your positive access point. Your pin is going to be somewhere up and to the right if you're a righty. But it really depends on where it is. I'd recommend talk to your pro shop, try to figure out your positive access point, and then they can drill a ball accordingly to make it weaker for you. All right, for a quick pause on things, want to first thank you everybody who's been hanging out tonight. We've had a ton of people hanging out on all the platforms. Really do appreciate every one of you. Make sure to drop a sub or a follow if you haven't. It's the best way to help support the channel. We've seen crazy growth over the last year or so. Huge thank you to everybody for hanging out and for watching us for the last hour and a half now. The main topic of this video was a USBC polling results on urethane. Very, very interesting results. They posted a full transparent doc for everything that they found based on different groups. They went through like PBA bowlers, PWBA bowlers, Open Championship bowlers, Facebook, all this stuff. Facebook had the majority of results because that's where they first posted it. The emails didn't get sent out until I got mine about 24 hours later. I don't know, other people got them earlier. But that is the main point of today's video. So if you guys have questions on that or literally anything else, because this is a full bowling Q&A. This is for you guys, for if you guys have any bowling questions, whatever they may be. So we're going to keep on grinding through a lot of comments. Nightmare Racing. So ban plastic, it carries oil down. Ban low rev players, they carry oil down. Ridiculous ban. That's not exactly why. That's one of the 4 reasons they gave. Really, the main reason USBC is doing it, purple hammers and pitch blacks are too soft. They are coming below the hardness limit. Not factual, like this isn't like a set in stone dead true test, but I did actually buy a cheap durometer on Amazon and I tested some of my stuff. And my purple hammers came in about 10 points lower than my reactive stuff. My reactive stuff was coming in between 73 and 74. I tested 3 of the balls. My urethanes, both my purples, even the Kentucky and the Mexico one, which is surprising, both were at 65. Very, very soft. Both of them were just resurfaced actually and not thrown. So I did get rid of any oil on the cover stock. And this is a brand new durometer and they were soft. So that is really the reason why they're doing it, Nightmare. It's not because of carry down. That's not why they would ban something. I'll have a video tomorrow going into a little more detail on it. Let's see. Adam, I'm thinking about switching to 15 pounds. What would be a good 6-ball arsenal? Adam, I'd recommend checking out some of my best 6-ball arsenal videos. I actually have a speed dominant and a rev dominant video coming out early next week. So I'd recommend checking those out. That would be your best way to be able to find what works. Sooner is the correct order to crinkle use on bottom, then fold, finally blow your nose. Ooh, you're asking the good question, Sooner. Crinkle, use on bottom, then fold, finally blow. No, I don't think so. That's a lot of steps, Sooner. We got to talk about this. That we got to work on that one on another channel. Janet, I'm looking for a ball to fit between my Phase 2 and IQ Tour. Ion Pro is going to be a great option. I have the Ruby and Thrill Pearl. Yeah, I would go Ion Pro. Ion Pro Solid or the original are both going to fit in that slot. And thank you so much for watching, Janet. Really appreciate it. Big B, if I was forced to use only one ball in leagues, it would be the Evoke Hysteria. That ball is kind of goated right now. It's kind of doing good. Kind of doing good. Let's see. Megs, should someone have more than one urethane? It's really personal preference. I just have purples, just purple hammers. I bought an IQ 78 because we made a bet on when I first hit 10,000 subscribers back in May, that if we do hit it, I'll buy my 2 least favorite bowling balls on the market, the Torpedo Direct Hit and the IQ 78. So I have it for that reason, but otherwise I have 2 purple hammers, an old one and a new one. And then I also have a Pink Widow urethane as well. That's just me personally. And I bowl a lot of sports stuff, and I've been bowling sport shot stuff for like 7 years. You don't bowl much for sport shot stuff, you don't need more than one. Or if you never notice a problem, you don't need more than one. Jordan, I joined your Twitch channel. My username is Scooby2000. I wanted to tell you that I don't want you to get confused about who's chatting. All right, thank you, Jordan. Appreciate that. Appreciate it. Steve Suter, go across the bridge and go see OMG Pro Shop near Detroit. He has a website and will help you. Oh, there you go. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Steve, for putting that out there. Grumpa, Innovative and Jayhawk are good, but the Pyramid Phoenix works well for under 200. If you need a cheaper one, there you go. Gabriel, since you know my arsenal, will a Venom Shock be a good replacement for your HX10? I think so. That HX10 is a lot weaker than it was when it first came out. So yeah, I think that'll be a good one. Ricky, how does the Obsession Tour handle lane shine? Not the greatest. It gets a little weak. Just like the Effect Tour doesn't do well with lane shine. I'd recommend keeping it around 2000 grit. I think that would be best. Gremory, I've been watching pro bowling for a while now, but I still don't know the difference between urethane and ASIM balls. But I only have one question. Is it true that EJ doesn't throw urethane? Yes, because they don't have any. Motive does not have a urethane ball, so he doesn't throw it, and he doesn't like urethane. He's never really liked any of the urethane that Motive has come out with. So yes, absolutely. Robert, what's your favorite COD Zombies map? Black Ops 3, Der Eisendrock. Drak is by far goated zombies map. Yeah. Suitor, Kino is Black Ops 1. Yep. Yeah, Kino is Black Ops 1. I think they technically had the remake. They had Zombie Chronicles for Black Ops 2 where you could play Kino and all the old maps. That was Black Ops 3. My bad. Never mind. Kino was never in BO2. Jordan, I have a used Deviate Brutal Nightmare, and I'm the 3rd person to re-drill it. Was wondering if that's bad. It will probably crack out sooner rather than later if it's been plugged a lot. The more you plug a ball, the higher the odds are of it cracking. So yes. Cameron, I think they had like 4 days to vote, Cameron. But there were 20,000 voters, which is crazy. Jason, for those of you that can't score without urethane, get an EJ Jackal. I don't know if you can find one anymore, man. I think they're gone. JNev, Rockstar Pearl incoming. Oh, 100%. It would be dumb not to have a Rockstar Pearl soon. Suitor, so once again, with an impending ban, how many short pin direct hits will you plan on drilling? -3. I will buy them and then throw them in a river is what I'm going to do. That is what's going to happen. No, it honestly might be a better play. It might be a play. It might be in play. We'll see. Grumpa, the cat finally woke up. We had a stare down and I feared for my life, but he finally agreed to treats. Ooh, good trade. Good trade. That's a fair trade to save your face, save your legs from being scratched, and get the ball. Polymers, I really want to drill a short pin torpedo. Seems like it'd be a great fit. Yeah, don't drill it strong pin. I did that. It's terrible. Jaybird, I love my Bigfoot hybrid. It was my test subject to learn the science of bowling. There you go. That's awesome. Gremory, thank you for making videos. Oh, thank you for watching, Gremory. Really, thank you so much for enjoying the videos that we put out. I really appreciate that. It's fun to see that you guys don't hate me too much, especially now that I'm apparently stealing content. Content creator drama is like high school, man. You did this thing. No, I didn't. Jordan, what is the difference between dry lane and pearl bowling balls? Dry lane balls, like a pearl is generally what you want on dry lane. So there is no difference. A pearl bowling ball is just what the cover of the bowling ball is made out of. Dry lane is just like a subjective, where does it fit best? When should you throw it? Usually pearl balls are best on dry lanes. Hey, Househack, what's going on? Rockstar Pearl is going to be a pop star. Oh, that's a good name. Yeah, you're right. It's going to be Rockstar Pop Star. That's a good call. It's going to be pink, isn't it? There's going to be some pink in that ball. It's going to look good. Actually, they can't. They just had the Optimum Pearl. They can't go pink. What do they go? Orange? They might go orange, like an old TNT infused type color. That'd be kind of dope. Young Hotline, torpedo direct hit slander will not be tolerated. I will slander that ball until I cannot slander a ball again. Househack, I'll come back for my credit later. Hey, I will back you up on that. If they ever announce the pop star, I will know Househack is the one who called it and should get commission on every pop star that's sold. 100%. Food Central. Phil said it on the live stream. The direct hit sells well. Phil also said on the live stream that like 90% of urethanes that are sold are purple hammers, and that's not at least from what others are saying. It's probably, he doesn't have the access to Storm's numbers, so he likes to fib just a little bit. So he was also saying Radical had the best year ever, which they might have, but they had to drop their PBA thing. Lorenz, best 3-ball arsenal for a one-handed lefty, trying out two-hander. Ooh, best 3-ball arsenal, one-handed lefty, trying out two-handed for league. That one's hard. I do have a 3-ball arsenal video on YouTube. I like, especially if you're a two-hander, I'd recommend a weak sharp ball, weaker pearl. I'd recommend like a medium solid, a medium smooth ball, and then I'd recommend like a medium sharp, and you should be good to go. I think that'll be a good play. I think that'll be a good combo. Househack, Phil also said that he invented the purple, even though hammer wasn't Brunswick at the time. Wait, really? I never heard that one. I don't, yeah, because I steal their content, I don't listen to them. I gotta stop saying that. Someone's gonna clip this at the worst possible time and send it out. I am not stealing content, for the love of God. Oh, I gotta stop joking. This is gonna get me in trouble. Jaybird, Zach, the stealth mode in the Theorem Pearl went on sale. Real? Oh yeah, I did see that. I saw the Theorem Pearl. I didn't see the stealth mode though. I need them both for my track collection, but can I blow up my bank? Hey, I heard they're on sale. So as you said, I heard from a source. Sale's a sale. Be rude not to, really. Larry, I have a Criterion Solid, and I finally received my mystery trackball. Cypher Pearl, not bad. Would a Theorem Solid fit in between those two? Yes, it will. That's actually a really good spot. Watch his Urethane band live stream. They said their chemist created the perp. Yeah, I don't know, man. The problem is, it's like this is one of the bigger problems with RJ, you probably got banned. We're gonna hit his in a second. Yeah, the hard thing with a lot of things in the bowling world, it is I know a guy, or I heard it from a guy. There's no proof behind anything, which is so tough. That is the hardest thing. He might be telling the truth. Maybe a chemist at Radical created it, but unfortunately, there's no proof of any of that, which sucks. It's when I've been going through the urethane stuff, Brunswick, I know, came out and said that the tests were deemed, they thought the tests were falsified because oil gets on the ball and gets on the pin and all that. No one ever came out with a true, this is why it's falsified, like scientific report. They just said, this is how it is. Which is hard. You can't believe things unless there's proof behind it is the tough piece. That's the hard thing with just everything. You need to have a little bit of proof is always good. Always a good thing. I saw somebody hop in who probably did not want to hear anything bad there. RJ, just realized for the longest time, you never got picked to win at any of the raffles because one time you entered the room asking if ZVL bowling was in the house. Whoopsie. Oh, we got to fight. Evan, I struggle too much with hook on house shots. I'm a two-hander. I throw the ball 12 miles an hour. I have a 375 rev rate. My arsenal is Ice, Ocean Vibe, Purple Hammer, IQ2, or Purple Reactive. You're a two-hander and you throw, very rev dominant. It looks pretty good right now. You're going to need those weaker bowling balls. If you need something that hooks less, look at a Tropical Surge. You don't have that. If you want something that hooks more, I'd recommend getting into like I'd say like an Ember, a GB5 Pearl. I think maybe a GB5 Pearl would be really good for you, or like a Primal Rage. Suitor, you're saying there's a chance. There's a chance. It's not a chance. Gabriel, Maribeth. Maribeth isn't weird. She just wakes up late and doesn't join the live streams like a jerk. Andrew, low rev, low speed league bowler. Currently have a magic gem and a spare ball. Looking for a third ball for the bag with a different look. Any Rex? Low rev, low speed, magic gem, and a spare ball. I'd recommend something either, if you like how the magic gem rolls, go with like a Rockstar. If you want something that's a little sharper, go with like an Equinox. I think would be really good for you because you already have that magic gem. You can stay in the SPI umbrella. Aldo, how would a late string pin do for a black hammer? You'll have to let me know what you mean by that one, Aldo, if that was a typo. Basket, did you hear about Teen Masters style tournament? I did. I'm waiting to hear more about it in the coming weeks because apparently there's a little bit of drama and controversy behind that like Teen Masters style tournament. More to come on that though. Suitor, clipped, edited, sharing everywhere. You know, my career, it's gone. Don, when is the next Coach the Coach? We recorded it actually. It is coming soon. I need to edit it. I need to find some time to edit it. I also have some new Arsenal ratings to do, so it will be coming in the next 2-ish weeks. D-Mac, need to find a ball between my Black Widow Mania and Black Widow 3.0. Criterion Hybrid, I think is a good one there. Criterion Hybrid fits really well in that spot. Let's see. Jim Ward, I think they should come out with a ball called Coldplay. Yeah, the new cheater ball. Hold on, I didn't read the second part of that. They should come out with it because it's a cheater ball. Oh, no. It just exposes cheaters. It's not a cheater. Coldplay doesn't cheat. They're amazing people. Beautiful people. But they do expose cheaters. So, yes, I'm in. Kai, what's going on, man? Good to see you. Jason, you already have him mad. Brunswick mad. Don't get Phil with the torpedo. Yeah. Rob, the torpedo disrespect. Cries my love of the direct hit. Best ball ever. Oh, it's a running joke that he invented things. Oh, okay. Joseph Evans, can I use a bubblegum vibe on sport? Absolutely. 100% you can. Yeah, absolutely you can. Jordan, why are some pearl balls strong? I see lots of pearls. Yeah, pearl balls, you can make them stronger or weaker based on how the cover stock, what it's made of, along with the core. So they can be strong or weak. If you watch the channel, Jordan, you'll see the 6-ball Arsenal scale that we have. I don't know why I did like jazz hands with it to a certain degree. But you'll see that there are strong and sharp pearl balls that have strong cores, strong covers. And there also are weak sharp bowling balls that have weaker cores, weaker covers, but they're all pearls. Not all pearl balls are the same. Rob D, I have very dry center and it still hooks early. Yeah, the drier the center, the earlier the ball will hook, for sure. For sure. DJ Settle, I'm filling in for a buddy in a sport pattern league. He said the pattern we'll be bowling on is the Pete Weber. That got mixed. Sorry. Do you happen to have any advice for what type of balls work best? Let's check it out. Pete Weber oil pattern. That one? Yes. 2023, 45 feet, 30 mils, 1 to 5 or 3? Is that a 5 or a 3? That's a 3. Okay. My old eyes. 45 feet, 30 mils. You'll want to play in. It's going to be a longer, slightly flatter pattern, so a little bit deeper will be best for you. Yeah, stronger bowling ball, strong smooth balls will be the play. Grumpa, my effect has a hairline U-sharp crack under the birdie finger. The birdie finger? Oh, I get it. I'm a little disappointed that it took me so long to get that one. Kind of like having a black eye. Will that eventually destroy the ball? No, it won't. If it's a U shape, you're good. The problem is when the crack keeps going. If the crack doesn't have an ending, then you're in a bad spot. Then it's going to keep going. Dominic, what's going on? Franchise, thoughts on the new Pulse and Ember? The Pulse is going to be medium smooth. Ember is going to be medium sharp for sure. The Pulse looks like it's going to hook pretty early. The Ember, it kind of looks like a slightly weaker Zen 25. Also, Hazim, thank you so much for the gift. Really appreciate it. Thank you. Basketballers, February TAT and that skill 3.0 would be such an expensive week. The TAT is so expensive. I don't know. On my unfortunate argument on Facebook with somebody. Well, not really argument, just one comment. Yeah, I got blasted a little bit for not liking how the tat was set up and all that. One reason is I mean, I don't hate the tat. I think it's an awesome tournament in a lot of ways if you're willing to go into a tournament with a gamble. Um, that's a lot of money though. Like I think it's $1,000 to bowl their top event, which is a lot of money for a bowling tournament. It's a ton of money. Samantha, thank you for the follow over on TikTok. Appreciate it. But $1,000 for a tournament where you're bowling in 3-game blocks is a lot of cash. So that plus, I think this tournament was like, wasn't it like $700 or something to bowl this Teen Masters 50K tournament? So it's a lot of money. Gabriel, Baja Blast sucks. Dragon Fruit is better. I agree. Baja Blast isn't that great. It's good. It's fine, but it's not great by any means. It's okay. It is okay. All right. I am seeing a little bit of a slowdown in comments. So what we are going to do is give our little spiel. I want to thank every single one of you for hopping in so far today. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. If you want to be able to watch more stuff on the channel, not be able to, you can watch stuff however you want. If you want to help support the channel in any way, subscribing or following the channel is the best way, completely free of charge. We'll just pop in your subscription box or your For You page to be able to see more videos from us. So if you want to see more bowling content from ZVL Bowling, I'd really appreciate a subscription or a follow. Other shameless plugs, we do have SHAMMIES that we haven't talked about yet from DH Lab. Really, really good SHAMMIES. $20 for the chamois, $4 I think for shipping is what he charges. So awesome SHAMMIES is a good way to help support the channel as well. Otherwise, we have a ton of links in our bio. Bowlers Mart. If you buy anything from Bowlers Mart, we have a link for that. And then a couple other things. But thank you guys all for hanging out. Let's do one final call for questions. If you guys have any other questions, our topic today was about the urethane ban and the poll results from USBC and what they really mean for bowling, what's coming next. Otherwise, if you guys have questions on literally anything else, put them down in the comments. I'm going to answer as many as I can before we're done here. We'll have a little bit left. But let us get going. We have Baby Meeks. What's going on? You just got here? Oh, that's A-okay. TLDR of what you missed. USBC poll results are in. More people want a restructure to urethane in some way, shape, or form. Not a full ban, but they want something done. What else did we have? I got in a fight with another content creator who thinks I'm stealing his content. I am not stealing any content. We talked about a lot of arsenals. We talked about Grumpa having a fight with his cat and luckily being able to trade treats for a bowling ball. And I think that was about everything. I think that was pretty much it. Oh yeah, and then Pepsi is greater than Coca-Cola. Yeah, that's the other one. So that's what you missed so far. Biggie had, where can we find the poll results? So those can be found on USBC's Facebook page, Instagram page, and their website. And then opinions on the Hustle Glow. Hustle Glow is just another run-of-the-mill Pearl Hustle. Nothing too special about it. The colors are bonkers. Colors are super cool. If you get a good pour, wow. I saw one pour out in Bowling IQ in Detroit, or in Annan Heights. Not Annandale Heights. Annandale is a place in Minnesota. Arlington Heights. There we go. I think it was Arlington Heights. No, maybe not. I don't know. Near Detroit, northern suburb of Detroit. It's a Bowlers Mart, and they had the greatest Hustle Glow pour I've ever seen. But it's going to be a really weak ball. But it's going to be a little bit more angular down lane. Ralphie, I might unsubscribe over the Coke Pepsi. No, what? Hold on. Sterling Heights. Thank you, Ken. Appreciate that. Oh yeah, where's Arlington Heights? That's Texas. That's Texas. And then Annandale Heights isn't a place. Annandale is a place in Minnesota who had a really good football team in high school. Let's see, where were we at? But come on, I mean, if we disagree on anything, let's shake hands on the Coke and Pepsi and be okay with that. It is okay, whichever way you lean, even though Pepsi's the right answer. All right, let's keep going. Let's see. Grumpa, what are some of the strangest ball-related things you've seen come through the pro shop? Ooh, I haven't seen too much weird stuff. More pinky holes than I could imagine coming from people. I did have a ball recently where the guy wanted it 4,000 grit and then polished, and it was a Game Breaker 3. I think it was an old GB3. He wanted a full detox resurface. That thing poured out like 2 pounds of oil after the detox, but he wanted it 4,000 grit and then polished, which was nuts. That thing looked like a literal marble. It was so glossy. I could see myself in it. I was like checking my hair in it to make sure. That was my mirror after that. It was so shiny. Wes once made me drill a 1-inch bridge. That is disgusting. What? Why? 1 inch? That is no. Why would he do that? Don will have a lot more weird pro shop stories than I will. I know that. He's probably seen it all. He's probably done it all too, in all honesty. Otherwise, yeah, I don't really have the weirdest ones. I work on a night at the pro shop where there's no other leagues going on, so I get a lot of random bowlers coming in, nothing like too crazy from league bowlers or things like that. I usually sell a lot more like hustles, surges, vibes. We just sold another Arctic vibe. The ball still looks so cool out of box. Randy Peters, does a bowling center with high humidity cause the ball to read earlier? Generally, it can. I don't want to say yes, but it can. Usually when it gets warmer, you'll notice that bowling balls hook earlier. So if the high humidity like coincides with the heat, and it might be the humidity that does it and not the heat. I'm not entirely positive on that, but yes, usually you'll notice the ball hook earlier. Grumpa, we talked to. Dawn, I need to change my arsenal I sent you. You have 32 now? Send it my way. Ricky, does the Obsession Tour lane shine quick? Yes, it does. Yeah. Although that Obsession Tour and Effect Tour lane shine very quickly. A lot of Brunswick solids have been lane shining quicker than I expected lately, which is odd. I don't know why. My Scorpion, the minute it got 50 games on it, it gets lane shined within 10 games now, 5 games even. Basket bowlers, what in the B7 or Motive line would be comparable to the Typhoon? I live in Iowa and visit home in Vegas, so I have arsenals in both. I'm looking to branch out. Awesome. The closest thing you have for B7 is probably gonna be that bubblegum vibe. Motive, there isn't much. The Max Thrill Pearl is gonna be stronger. Yeah, it's definitely gonna be stronger and earlier. The Ascends, I think, are a little weaker. I think I'd lean Ascend, though. If you drill it in Ascend, a little bit stronger will be the closest you get. Jaybird, have you invested in 10-pin tool cap? I did. Yes, I have. I've had it for a while now, and I love it. I just got it, extremely informative. I feel like if you don't have shop experience, yeah, it's very much, they, unfortunately, I don't know the 10-pin toolkit guys, but the way it seems is they're very knowledgeable about the game. You have to be to make that. But what a lot of people do when they're super knowledgeable, I notice it in computer science all the time, you get a little too deep. So 10-pin toolkit is really a good advanced level tool. It's not the best beginner tool in a lot of ways. So there should be a little more instruction on how to use it and what all of it means. But I see where you're coming from, Jaybird, absolutely. Bigfoot, what's your opinion on the Scorpion low flare? I love that baby, and I have another one undrilled that I will drill soon. Basket, pretty solid synopsis. Thank you. Jordan, thank you for helping me out with disabilities. I have struggled with learning and understanding. Absolutely, Jordan. If you have any other questions, never hesitate to reach out. JMax, how does the level compare to the B7 NU? They're pretty similar. The NUs are a little sharper, in my opinion. The level is not. The level acts more like a weak bowling ball. The NUs act a little earlier and stronger, in my opinion. Gabriel, come on, stop targeting me. Kuro, you still dislike the direct hit? Low-key, it is still in its box down in my basement. I might try sanding the holy hell out of it just to see what it does. We will probably be throwing it in league a couple times next year. Next year for league, what I want to do for one of my unsanctioned league is I want to open up the ability for you guys to vote on what I use just as an average 215 bowler, just to see what happens. I don't know. Sounds fun. So that will probably be coming next year or in a month. Yeesh, 2 months. Elizabeth, have a phase A1. Is that a thing? Phase A1? Oh, I'm getting... Facebook is blowing up. That's not good. Oh, AI. My bad. AI. Duh. Phase AI and Hustle M&M. Next ball. I'd recommend a solid ball. Ion Pro, Rockstar, IQ Tour, something like that'll be good for you, Elizabeth. G. Brian, I'm from the small town where Pepsi was invented. So yeah, Pepsi is much better than Coke. I love that has stuck with you guys. That's awesome. Let's see. Biggie just got your special effect. Nice. Love to hear it. Hazim, what is your favorite ball of all time? Phase 2. 100% phase 2. It's the only ball I've ever had 3 of, actually. Ken, I knew what you meant. Sterling Heights. Yeah, perfect. JJ, coming from Rotogrip Hustle, what is good second ball? Hammer Effect, Black Widow 3.0, or Crown Victory? Crown Victory is going to be the closest in ball reaction. The effect is going to be the closest shiny ball, and the Black Widow 3.0 is going to be the furthest away. I would personally avoid the Black Widow 3.0. I think it's going to be a very massive difference for you. I think an effect would be a good play. I think the effect would be a little better for you. Biggie also does say the Crown Vic. It is going to be closer to the Hustle. That would be a good. That would be good also if you want to stay in that similar vein. If you want something way different, try an effect. If you don't want something way different, go with the Crown. Ralphie, any new thoughts on the Gremlin? It's a little sharper when I throw it on completely fresh shots, but yeah, a little bit of carry down makes that ball super, super smooth. It did look better in my review of the two swag balls of the Craze and the Apex. It was a little sharper because that shot was fresh-ish. I won't say it was like sitting there for like 5 hours or something, or 4 hours, but it did look better, honestly. It didn't, I mean, I think it's going to have a really good spot, especially on house shots. I'm excited to throw it on the fresh with real transition. I haven't thrown it in competition yet. I haven't bowled a tournament in probably 3 weeks is about what it's been. Ken, is there a good way to detox a ball at home? Not really. Not the safest ways. Which is a little unfortunate. I wish there was, but there really isn't right now. Ralphie, first, I can't even get you to try a Red Bull. Oh, I will gladly try a Red Bull. What do I have tomorrow? Am I going anywhere tomorrow? No, I think I can. I will buy a Red Bull tomorrow. Give me a good flavor that will be accessible at a gas station. So don't give me like super 2023 Christmas mix happy fun time Red Bull. I won't be able to find that. Don, I'm flooding the house shot. Yes, deal. Let me throw my Jackal Onyx every day. Luke, rate my arsenal. RST, Drive, Identity, Electrify, Road Warrior, Phase 2. Whoa. RST, Drive, Identity, Electrify. I would go a weaker solid ball. IQ Tour or Hustle Earth might be good, so you have a lot of storm stuff. Red Bull C Blue. Okay, let me find a sticky note that is not currently being used. I am addicted to sticky notes, by the way. You guys should see my desk at work. I work at a desk all day, software developer, and the amount of stupid sticky notes I have. All right, Red Bull. You said C Blue, right? C Blue, yeah. Red Bull C Blue Juneberry. Got it. I'll do that. Let's see. Steve, what would you like to see happen with Urethane? My main hope with Urethane is that we get rid of any ways that people can basically tamper with a ball. That causes a lot of problems in bowling is when you have people soaking their bowling balls, making them softer, which gives them an advantage. That can cause a lot of issues in the game. So I think if we can get rid of that in some way, shape, or form, that would be my main goal with the Urethane debacle. If Urethane's a tool, perfect, good, that's awesome. If it is a crutch, if it is something that where you have to contemplate, should I make this softer to be able to compete? That's not a good look. That's not a good thing. So whatever it may be, we're in. Gabriel, we got to get ZVL to do a funny moment video. Deal. G. Bryant, what was your best and worst block bowling in a tournament or league? Tournament. Oh, tournament was, I won a tournament. It was man, what was it? Ken, what's it? Oh, is it bleeping again? So for TikTok added a bad feature where it bleeps out when it thinks I'm going to swear. I have not sworn this entire time, but it bleeps it out, which is really unfortunate. I'm trying to fix it and I can't find it. I'm very sorry for that, everyone over there. But my best block, with an Idle Helios, this was probably like 4 years ago at this point. It was like a long running tournament, kind of like the Open Championships or your state tournament. And I had two 299s in 6 games. I think I averaged 250 for the 6 games or something. Yeah, two 299s. I left a Bone 9 pin and a Swisher 7 pin were my two misses. And Idle Helios, it is the one time I've ever made that ball look good in my life. I threw it dozens of other times, and it never looked good except for that one moment in this one bowling center where I was frying them. Worst block, pretty much every tournament outside of that. No, I did have a tournament, it was probably 6 years ago. It was right before COVID, where I didn't shoot 100 in game one. I shot 93 in a 6-game tournament. I think I only got to like 210 under. But by starting 107 under, I was very happy with that. It was not good. It was not a hard shot either. I missed I missed 3 spares, and then I split most of the other time, and I never struck. It was bad. I think I had 1 strike or 1 spare, and that was it. Kai, thinking about buying a few levels. That's a good idea. They're going to be cheaper, hopefully, soon. Yes, I have one idea only for urethane to use in short oil because that oil, it's not allowed. Yeah, no, that's when it's best. Suitor, I vote for the torpedo directed. No. Dominic, there are 17 or 18 discontinued balls still in the available. Yeah, no, bowling ball companies do not say when a ball is, bowling ball companies do not say when a ball is discontinued. They do not publicize it at all. Usually I'm the only person on the internet who actually posts this information, which is weird. I wish others would, but it's really just us. So, yeah, they don't ever say it because they don't want people to go out and buy a bunch of them. They want it to just kind of slowly disappear, which is, I think, really bad. I don't like that at all, personally, as a consumer. I get why on the bowling ball company side, but as a consumer, it really sucks that, like, you go into your pro shop, you're like, I want another Rockstar, and they say, sorry, Rockstar's gone, it's discontinued. Like, that would suck. Then you don't have time to get it. You have to go to eBay then, and nobody wants to do that and buy a ball for $300. It's the worst thing. DJ, my daughter Izzy wants to know what the best ball for a beginner youth bowler. Ooh, Brunswick Twist. Go get a Brunswick Twist. You'll love it. Basket, I appreciate your opinion on the tat. I would love to see them go back to moving pairs. I would too. That'd be good. It would help equalize scores. It would. It would definitely equalize scores more. Easy to get on high scoring pairs. Yeah, that is it. Unfortunately, my one time pulling the tat, it really came down to what pair did you pull? Did you pull a good pair, and then do you get a couple of your hits? And then, of course, bowl well. That always helps. But yeah, that always helps a little. But yeah, it's tough. Kuro, what are your thoughts on the Infinity Quest? I haven't seen it thrown much. It looks okay for now. Brunswick's really hyping it up, which is awesome. The Infinities are always, I think, good. I think they're good cores. I think the mild ASIM is a really cool idea, so I'm excited to see it more. I hopefully will be able to say it. I hope I'll be able to see it on Friday, actually. Luke, I already rated that. I just said you needed a weaker solid ball there. Bigfoot, any tips on a fix small timing errors when throwing a ball? Small timing errors are tough. Timing errors in general are one of the toughest things in bowling. What I would recommend is you're either walking too fast or walking too slow. So I'd check your footwork would be the first one, in my opinion, to just test some different things, see what feels better and worse. That could be a good, easy fix for you, is just footwork speed. Did Joe ZVL stole sticky notes from my channel? Sad. I do want to look. I shouldn't do this. I'm being okay, let's see. Am I getting, are people being mean to me? Oh, I'm actually getting follows from my little from Facebook. Ooh, that's me. I should not be looking at that. Oopsie. Sorry, guys. I'm going to go open Facebook quick just to see if anyone else got upset with me. It doesn't look like it. No, I got some laughing emojis. I'll take that. Larry Tripp, when is the next copper drop coming? What week is it? August. It'll be coming August. I had a date for it picked out. I think I had August 10th. No, 7, 8, 9. I think I had August 10th. 10th or 12th is when it's coming out. There are some bangers though out there right now. GB5 Pearl. Go buy it. Don't go buy it, but like it's $120. It's nuts. If you do get it on Bowlers Mart, I do have a link that you can use to help support the channel. Larry, we hit that one. Bowling Brian, what are your thoughts on adding the Ion Pro Solid to your Phase 2 Zen 25 and IQ? I think it's a good spot. I think it'll be good there. It'll be in between your Phase 2 and IQ. So if you notice that you need a ball there, that could be a good option. George, new subscriber. George, what's going on? Good to see you. Thank you for joining. Hope you enjoy your time on the channel. Ricky, ZVL stole my bike. You weren't supposed to tell people about that, Ricky. We had an agreement. I was borrowing it. Come on. Robert, imagine a plastic ball league where everyone is throwing clear balls and visiballs. That happens in a couple places. They're kind of fun. They look cool. Suitor, is the tampering thing really that common? I know it was an issue with bleeders, but in 2025. So that's the issue is you can't really catch people. The biggest one of someone getting caught is the Weber stuff that just happened of them tampering with their purple hammers. They didn't get caught at their next college tournament because if USBC is doing an investigation on you and you bring your soft purple hammer to a college tournament that's going on, like you are that's the dumbest, by far dumbest thing you can do. USBC gave them a lot of leeway of like, they kind of like wagged their finger at them like, don't you bring this ball to college nationals. And then they didn't because they would have gotten kicked out because they checked all their stuff. But yes, Jeff Riggles, the by far the best bowling journalist in the game, has heard multiple instances of people tampering with them and having softer ones at Junior Gold, at the World Championships, and a couple other places is what he said. Now, again, this is another situation where take it with a grain of salt because Jeff didn't have definitive proof that, yes, this ball was softer. The reason is no one can test if a ball is softer because these durometers are very, very hard to use in the field. If I would use a durometer at a tournament, I guarantee most bowling balls would either be way under or way over. If you leave a ball in the heat in your trunk of your car and you bring it inside to bowl with, it's going to be a lot softer for a while until it gets cooler, then it hardens back up. So it's very, very tough to catch. They tried back at the US Open in 2020. They actually took away bowling balls. Was it 2020 or 2021? One or the other. The US Open, they actually took away a couple purples, Jacob Buttroff's purples, actually, because they were too soft. But it's hard to be able to tell that line between is it tampering or is it just because of its use? And if a ball can become, and that's the hard part. That's the really tough thing. How do we know if they were softer due to tampering? That's the hard one. If you tamper with it, it should be a lot softer, but you can't tell. That's the tough thing. And that's where it's really hard. If I wanted to buy a purple hammer now to make it as soft as some of the other purple hammers on the market, I would have to throw a ton of games, or I would have to just alter it. I would have to drop acetone on it, which you cannot do. It's illegal, but it is impossible to catch. That's why it's a governance issue. That's why USBC is saying it's so hard to track, because it's like, the way I saw it is like, it's like if you have a driver in golf, right? And it was a specific brand of driver, one driver from, say, Callaway or something. Let's say a Callaway driver. And you're able to hit that driver off the start 250 yards. Let's say out of box, you take off the plastic, 250 yards. Well, if you use it a billion times, it actually can now go 350 yards. That's a big exaggeration, but say it goes 350 yards after that. But if you do a little tweak to it, that's not illegal, but nobody can actually catch, you can actually make it go 400 yards. But it looks very similar to that 375 yards, but it's still better. So it's a tough situation. It's a really hard spot. I see both sides of it. I see where USBC is coming from. If it's that hard to catch, we need something in place for it, is really what it is. And unfortunately, they didn't have it at the time, so we can only do stuff now. The best time to do something is now, basically. Noel, what are the results? Yeah, I will read the results of the USBC poll one more time. So overall, 17.63% of people wanted to ban or allow urethanes with tighter specifications, 78 hardness or higher. 36.6% of people wanted to ban urethane from all competition. 3% of people wanted to ban urethane from USBC national competitions only. 38.67% of people wanted no changes in urethane. 4% of people, it didn't affect them and they didn't care. So those are what the numbers were from the poll. Also available to find on USBC's website, bowl.com. All right, let's fly through a couple more and then we're going to call it a day. Zoe, should I get an Ion Pro Solid or wait till a new drop? Depends what you have, Zoe. Now is a good time to get an Ion Pro Solid. There's nothing new coming from Storm until like late September because they have the Cove and the Ember coming out in middle of August that we know about already. Matthew, are you coming back to Michigan? I'll have to see. I'll have to see what's going on in that weekend. That'll be more of a game time decision. Logan, do you think urethane is getting banned? I do. I think they're going to ban it, is my guess. Big Ben, should I buy the bubblegum vibe? If you need a weaker ball, 100%. Mary Clee, the tank is the only ball on house that you should throw from like urethane. Even that, I don't think those smoother balls are that great. I think weaker balls are going to be are what people are looking for in that slot. Bowling Brian, wonder if you think the XL is worth picking up. The XL was good. Weak cover, really strong core. It's a little bit of a mismatch that can be really good for a house shot. Grumpa, would you ever consider doing something similar to a live chat with middle or high school bowling team? I'm an assistant coach, would help the kids a lot. It's working with kids on the internet is always a tough thing. There's a lot of like, it's very hard to like speak to or like do something like that where it's beneficial to watch is kind of the hard one. Coaching is hard when everybody's watching. Mark Baker does a really good job at it on his one-on-one sessions, but it's really hard with a group like that, especially with kids. So it'd be cool. I don't know how it would work though. It's the hard part. All right. With that, house hack, as much as I'll read that one as the finale, as much as I like urethane, I'd rather it be gone because I know tampering with it happens too often. The argument is that you can do it with reactive, but it's not as effective. Yes. And that is my personal biggest gripe with it, is just that ability to tamper and manipulate it with external materials that cannot be caught. It's not like you're painting it a different color and it's easy to see if you did it. You have to be in the wherever you are with the person to see them actually tamper with the ball. The biggest one that shocked me was creating the difference. I have it on my urethane video, creating a link to it, creating the difference, tested these, and the softer ball had 4 to 5 boards more of miss room than the harder urethane on a flat condition, which is insane. That number baffled me and is wild. Oh, I could not believe that. But I do want to end on that. I want to end with a really, really big thank you to everybody here watching and who supported the channel. With everything going on, with all the urethane stuff, with the content creator drama circle, all of the jazz going on, I'll sincerely thank you guys so much for watching these live streams. All 140 of you right now on YouTube, all 10 to 15 of you on TikTok, and all 5 to 10 of you on Twitch, and the couple of you over on Facebook. Huge, huge thank you to every single one of you. Oh, so you stole the CTD video. Oh, this is going to be a running joke that some people aren't going to see as a joke. No, I do not steal content for the final time. But I want to thank every single one of you for hanging in, watching this live stream tonight. I love doing these every Wednesday. So we are live again next Wednesday, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. We'll see what else in the bowling world blows up next week. What's it going to be? Take your guess down below. We will find out. TikTok, I'm going to say goodbye to you first. TikTok, thank you so much for hopping in today. I will see you all on the next one. And then YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. Again, huge thank you to you guys. Apparently I had 29 flagged words in my TikTok stream. That's awesome. That's cool. I was swearing up a storm. Man, I got upset. But I want to thank all of you guys for hanging in so far. We understand, don't worry. No, it's not you guys I worry about. It's a certain someone, Steel VL. Oh no, this is going to become a running joke, isn't it? Oh no. All right, thank you guys all so much who've hopped in today. I really appreciate it. Thank you, every single one of you. I hope you have a great rest of your week, great rest of your weekend. I will see you then next Wednesday. Bye-bye.